because I don't have a name for it and none of the rest of us do. This is episode 1 and we don't really know what we're doing. So we're going to start with topics to discuss because why not? Haha, awkward laugh. First topic to discuss up on a docket. Real quick. Kyrie Ernest, haven't heard from you guys in so long. How have you been?
Tired.
Dying.
Been doing everything.
You've always been dying, Kyrie. There's nothing new about that.
I'm just telling you how it's been.
Get help,
Oh.
Kyrie. Get help.
Tay, we're all dying. What do you mean get help? There's no cure for that.
Get help, Kyrie. Just get some help.
How help for what?
I fear for you sometimes.
You're hogging up all the airtime.
Eric, I just fear for you.
No, you don't.
But you know what? We're not about this about Kyrie's like mental
Exactly.
health
Just to stop talking.
here. Kyrie, what calls
Stop.
for all this aggression? What calls for all this aggression, Kyrie? We all know, and soon the audience will know. Ernest has more
Why
reason to hate me more than you do.
Still speaking.
Like you just weak, Kyrie. This is why I say get help.
Okay.
Ernest is stronger than you.
Today is not.
Wait, real quick before you guys continue. I forgot this would be so important. Introductions as to who we are. I am the pseudo host, I guess. Eli. My name is Elijah. You can call me Eli. Chaos by my code name on all my accounts and PlayStations and stuff like that. So yeah, next person, the black, the myth, the legend, Kyrie, if you'd introduce yourself.
Well, all of those nicknames are indeed true. If there's anything I have to say, it's screw you, Tay. I don't like you anymore.
See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying?
Well, with going off of that, we'll introduce the. I don't even know what to call this weirdo. The Wiccan loving. I don't know. I don't.
The supernatural
Tay.
slayer. I'm the big idea. That's just that whole story is that we'll say that for a different time. We'll say that for a different time. But
that would be Tay, and then Mr. Lightning Rod of being made fun of. If you'd introduce yourself.
Hello, I'm the guy that the excuse me?
Ew.
You're an ill. You're an ill on a good day. I don't want to hear your deep ass voice.
Continue, sir.
At least I have freaking arranged my emotions.
Ernest,
No, because you got into it, and you did this. No, I did nothing to you.
Did a lot to me.
No.
Yeah.
If you continue to introduce
You
yourself.
the one saying ill, talking about like freaking. I sound like you were freaking one of them Truman girls. Like ill, like who asked you?
So that would be Mr. Ernest himself.
Took mad long to see the name.
in his defense, Kyrie, you did interrupt.
Definitely did.
Well, you see, Tay, I was trying to test how strong-willed he was, and he failed, because he would have just ignored it.
But the thing is, though, Kyrie is like,
and this is who you endorse.
But Kyrie, the thing is, though, you're proving you're proving him right so far.
You're done here.
No, you proved it right so far. You're the one who
Nah,
chose to be petty, Kyrie.
it's not being petty. It's
You're
called.
being petty on the first
administrative.
stream, Kyrie. It's the first one, Kyrie. Get help.
Okay, we're gonna get to you.
Hmm?
This is Ernest's time.
You know what? You're right.
I mean, I already said Ernest's name for him. Ernest, if you could just say hello, so people would know.
Hi,
did.
how you doing?
I wanted him to get
Say
it
it one
again so
time.
that they can know it by his voice without people
yeah,
interrupting
you
him.
Kyrie.
So, um, one thing to point out, the irony of the day that we have spoken to get, again, considering it is Friendship Day, which I would have never known if Snapchat didn't send me these stupid ass holiday messages to remind me for every holiday that they have to bring up or whatever they need to celebrate. Tired of getting these messages from these people.
That's a fact. That's a whole fact. I didn't even know about it.
Like, I was really like, what could possibly be today for Snapchat to send me a message this time? And that's what it was. But yeah, so first thing on the docket for this first podcast episode that will set the tone. I think this is important for especially somebody who's here right now, Ernest. We're going to talk about the Leray situation. For those of you who don't know, Leray, for whatever reasons that people are a-holes, has been getting made fun of for her body weight. But that's not the only thing we're going to discuss. We're going to just discuss Leray as a whole. That's just one part of it. So, initial thoughts on the body weight thing. Everybody calling her a skinny boy.
I didn't even know that was happening.
Oh nah, bro. People always have something to say about her body weight just because of the way how she dresses and how she flaunts herself, and they say like she's pretty much too skinny to be what she's doing.
I mean, I can see it because people are gonna be like that regardless. It sucks, but like I even know it was happening often enough.
It was happening.
Oh no, bro, it's a lot.
You, especially if you see like Your Rage or Daquan stream, you know people be calling her stuff like Boy Leroy and things like that.
Actually, I have heard that name before.
But
like, to me, it's like out of pocket for her to get like hit like this because not too long ago her body was the ideal for at one point for modeling and stuff like that. So that really just to me it just shows that either way people are going to say what they're going to say about women's weight because they make this stallion was like called like trans or like called her like we're talking about her jaw and shit like that. Or
yeah,
even Lizzo.
I would also bring up like even before all of those people, way back in the day, people they used to talk about Sierra.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I don't know why that happened. Oh, they used to talk about Sierra, and they used to make fun of Sierra and say she was I don't even know about make fun, but there was just like a rumor that went around that she was trans or used to be a man and stuff like that. So like it's really just always been an issue, especially for like women in entertainment. No, not even before that song.
I know before. I wouldn't know, but like I was just saying like I'm not just.
Oh yeah, I can see. Yeah.
So let me ask you this: so if you don't think like, because I would say modeling's a lot more open now. Like you have plus size models and stuff like that. But say this happened like when it was a thing like 6 years ago. Do you think she'd be getting shamed like this?
Yes, but
no,
I don't think anybody would be.
Not like this, but
not like this. But at the end of the day, though, I also think that people wouldn't be wouldn't bring it to the light.
Yeah, but besides their body weight being discussed, I thought it'd be an interesting topic of conversation to discuss whether she's overhated or underhated, or rightfully hated,
now,
I guess.
What I thought we were gonna be talking about was like whatever cipher that was that came out not too
Oh,
long
that
ago.
is definitely a part of it. That's a part of it.
We'll get to that too.
Trash.
It definitely was. It definitely was.
And I saw this like clip. I think it was on I think it was at Rolling Loud that she was at. Like she literally got like no reaction when she was performing on stage. I'm like, wow.
Which to me was weird because it's like y'all knew she was there, or y'all paid to go see her and showed her no kind of reaction whatsoever.
Well, see, I was discussing with Tay about that before, and the thing about that is she has popular songs. The reason why the crowd wasn't singing along, at least from my understanding, is because what she performed wasn't one of her popular songs, or at least that's what I understood from it. So like, as far as I know, she had like 2 or 3 popular songs, and she did not perform them. I don't know if people know her music outside of those songs. And then also like, Rolling Loud isn't just it's not like it's her concert, so they came there specifically to see her. It's multiple people perform at this on the same night, so those people could have been there for like every other person that was performing at Rolling Loud, and she just happened to be on the list that same night. Because on the same night, you have like Dababy and Megan Thee Stallion performing, and Rico Nasty, and what's the other guy? I forgot his name. He's the one that did the Conking Dead. Damn, I don't know. I forgot his name. But Duke Deuce. So like, those people could have been there, not for her. So therefore, like, they wasn't gonna respond to her songs. You feel what I'm saying?
Okay.
But
so that adds some light as to why it was weird. Cause that, to me, like, for a concert, that just seems weird.
yeah, like the other time, like there was another time where it was specifically her concert, and people was not rocking with her performance. So I don't know about that in that aspect. Cause
I mean, listen, I don't listen to her music like at all. I can't name you a single song there is right now. But like, I don't know. Like, of course it's bad because, you know, just artists are always gonna get some type of hate no matter what.
Yep.
And it's a shame, all the things that's surrounding all these things. But in regards to what I have brought up with, you know, the cipher, and then like her performance recently at Rolling Loud and all the other stuff, is like, it's one of those cases where, you know, you don't know the person, or like on whatever level, so you just kind of don't care. So it's literally just like in one ear out the other.
Like, people are like, I would say this for sure, it's the whole thing. Like, I do think she's a little overrated, but as an artist, and people criticize her, they're entitled to, and people are entitled to like how they're gonna react to her music and stuff.
They're
like that.
entitled to
Becoming
opinion,
an artist.
however, it's still just rude.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what I mean.
There's definitely a fine line between just rude and.
Yeah. Thank you for saying. Yeah, 'cause that's what I was trying to say.
And also, I don't understand this, like, calling her a boy because of her figure. I mean,
people, bro.
It's a case that people don't know what they want.
Like Megan's too thick, Coi Leroy's too skinny. People, man, that's always something.
And Lizzo's too fat. Like, it's always something.
Literally,
it's always something.
people
Like,
always talk about, man, I want my man to be skinny. So I mean, like, if she's built like a man, I'm like,
I thought you were gonna say it. Never mind.
and Kyrie, and I would say to the whole like Boy Leroy thing, I think it's just because people say that because of the way she talks. Like, if you watch an interview, there's some, like, if you just see how she holds herself up, I guess that's probably where it came from.
Damn. But like, as in regards to her being like hated on and stuff like that, like, I feel like she does get hated on more than she deserves in certain things. But other times, she really does do it to herself. Like the cipher, she says she had the best cipher out of everybody. That was some huge cap she was smoking. Like, I was like, why would you do that?
My thing is, like, people are dissing her like she's the one who dissed Eminem. Like, come on.
Like, all right, but like, you welcome. You can deny certain smoke from your life. You can let certain smoke in. Like, I'm not saying she had to have the best cipher, because people have had bad ciphers, and we roast them for it, but we still let them slide. But she went out of her way to say that she had the best cipher out of everybody there.
And in her defense of that, she probably had to say it to boost. Cause it's like, she getting hit for, let me say this, because people are getting hit for, like, she was getting hit for her body, and now she probably knows, like, her cipher is not the best in the world. I think you just say that just to come back at the audience, because all of this hate is not happening in bursts. Like, it's something that's ongoing.
I don't know, cause like in regards to her body, I feel like the cipher and the body thing was two different things. Like,
it didn't happen in a time, in like,
it definitely did, but like, like the body thing, I definitely she could defend herself on that. Or no regards. Like I'm not like that's definitely people being ridiculous. But like in regards to the cipher, she for sure could have took the humble route and or like I like not even be humble, but she didn't have to say I had the best cipher out of everybody there. She didn't have to say that. Even if it's like boost yourself, you don't. Because like one thing I also think she needs to learn, and like other people have said this to her in regards to other situations, is that like I'm not famous or nothing, so I can't. I'm only speaking from my perspective, but like you don't have to take everything that the internet says to heart. Like people, like Kyrie said, people's gonna hate regardless, no matter if you're doing good or bad. So like you gotta know like which parts to take and which parts not to take. Who is supporting you? Like what your fans are saying. Like that's what you should be like paying attention to, and like, or like at least her, what she should pay attention to. Like if people know like all of this is getting to her and really bothering her like that, they're gonna keep doing it.
Or at the very least, like roll with the punches. Like make fun of it.
Yeah.
Like, literally everybody knows that at least like, 10 people out there just hate their guts for whatever reason.
So pretty much, you want to pretty much use the. I guess you're trying to say that she should have some sort of grace with this whole thing.
Yeah, I don't gotta be grace, but like being like defending yourself when being attacked in a bias situation is different from like bragging when you sucked, and she sucked on the cipher. It's not even like she did mediocre. She sucked. And like I know I saw her say she was like if she can't rap she's gonna have fun, like that's fine, but like that argument saying that I'm gonna have fun, I think that becomes a stale argument when after you already said I had the best cipher. Like it'd be different if she was just like, man, you know, I was just doing what I felt like doing, and you know what I'm saying, like shit like that, you know what I'm saying, like you could come at it in that kind of way. But yeah, cause like I've heard, I'm not gonna sit here and say like I know her music like that. I've heard certain things cause I be having playlists playing on Spotify, and like in terms of music wise, he's not that bad. He's really just not that bad. He definitely has like a fun kind of vibe to her and stuff like that. Like I'm not saying there's anything like I listen to on my spare time like that, but it's really not as bad as people make it seem that she is. Although I can understand if her music is not your speed, but that's different than what people be saying. But I mean, like my favorite thing I heard from her is actually a feature on a song that she did, which I can't remember what the song is to tell you right now off the top of my head. But it was
one of my favorite things about her, like as a celeb, is just like her personality. I guess like she seems pretty dope.
I would be inclined to agree if she didn't say certain things that she said.
Because like her interview, because like before we even started this podcast, I watched a few of her New Jumper interviews. Because apparently she was like the most like artist who got. I may be wording this wrong, but she's like she got the biggest deal of 2019, and I think that's probably where all that pride comes from. And I think she feels like she has to hold herself up to that on a regular. You know what I mean?
I don't know, cause I don't know. I feel like there's just ways to go about it. Like you don't gotta try to be everybody's favorite, but you don't gotta make yourself public enemy. Now she said she was doing it like if she said because it would ruin the illusion. Like if it turned out she was doing it on purpose, oh that'd be different. That'd be some hard body shit. #1 troll in the world. Like W's, I have like so much respect to it, but as far as I know, it's not a troll. That's just really how she do be. Cause if only interview I've seen from her is when she did the ABC's interview for what's the name of this damn company? Was it Complex? No, not Complex. What's the name of the Double XL company? Why did I forget what their name is?
I actually have no idea.
Actually, it's just Double XL. I'm bugging. She did the interview for Double XL. She did the everybody does their ABCs, and she did her ABCs, and like as she was saying it, like she was definitely probably just having fun, but like it was like listening to an annoying 12-year-old kid if you watch it. I was just like, and the only reason I watched it because I was watching, bro. The only reason I watched it and got through it is because I was watching Daquan stream when he was watching it, and even then that was barely enough to get through it.
So what's your thoughts on this one, Sir Milton or Ernest?
I have no strong
I step away
opinions.
for a second.
I have no strong opinions. I mean, I barely know who this person is. Like, I don't even know if I heard their music.
I think you might have at one point in time.
It's possible. It's just I don't know.
You probably haven't heard her. Like if you watch like TikTok on a regular, you probably heard a couple of her songs.
Oh, Ernest do be on them TikToks.
Then what songs though? Then maybe I would have.
Yeah, it's possible. But like,
Ernest definitely do be on that TikTokian. But yeah.
So what was our next topic?
I don't remember what the live action thing was, but we can discuss the Powerpuff Girls script that you were talking about.
Oh, Kyrie, please take over.
Now, this is dated news because I think that script got leaked like I want to say in like March or like April, something.
Wait, provide some pretext for the people real quick as to what we're talking about.
CW is trying to be like HBO. that's how I see it.
I suppose, but I mean everybody knows Powerpuff Girls. At least most people do, nowadays. We grew up on it, our age group. Some people younger than us would possibly know it. There's also
they definitely would because
like
it did have a reboot.
13.
They did have a reboot. It did a trash reboot.
But the CW, they are doing like a live action revival of the original Powerpuff Girls. So, with that being kept in mind, that means like literally everything from the original show would be canon for this, which makes this even more disheartening. A lot, because these girls are troubled, very, very troubled.
What do you mean by troubled?
Well, before I get into all of that, it should be worth noting that it was so bad they had to demand that they do a whole reshoot and rewrite off the script.
What?
Like they already had the pilot and stuff like shot and everything, but the studios and stuff, some head execs at CW were like, nah fam, this ain't it. Especially after the script got leaked. Now, for starters, like, even though this is canon to like the original show, like, Mojo Jojo ain't even a monkey.
What?
Oh wait, hold up. Before you even go on with this, Eli, can you send me the link?
To what?
To the stream.
Oh, yeah,
So I can share it.
Yeah. Go ahead, Kirk.
Or maybe he was but either way, like, his name isn't even Mojo Jojo, it's Mojo. He has a son named Jojo, which is...
Wait, what?
he's not even a monkey. He's a person.
Mojo.
His name is Mojo.
He has like a son named Jojo.
Yeah.
He has a...
Yep.
Go ahead.
And then, like,
They did.
the least troubled out of the three girls is definitely Blossom.
See, we'll talk about that in a second because I don't even think Blossom is even the most troubled one.
He said least.
I just said least.
Oh, least. Oh, she said least. I think she said most. My fault.
Now, I can't remember too much about Blossom, but what I do remember a lot about was Buttercup and Bubbles because it's
if I remember correctly, Karik, is that she had like PTSD from I think.
Oh yeah, because she had PTSD from killing Mojo by accident or some crap.
What?
Some like that.
Yep.
And then like.
But they did the other two dirty. Like,
Yeah,
you know what's so crazy?
definitely did.
Blossom is the lightest thing about this whole thing.
She got PTSD from killing?
Yep.
What?
No, you like wait till you hear what they do with the other two.
Oh
And
yeah.
Buttercup is for the streets. She's for the streets.
Nah, don't say that.
Yep.
Because
They got her like a thought?
some people were already up in the air about her being a lesbian. I mean, of course, like out of the three, it almost would have been her that have been
Right.
lesbian.
Right.
And I think that's
They
the
made
only
her
thing
one of those stereotypical ones where freaking they just jump around from girl to girl, like can't hold down a relationship, as far as I remember.
And they are keeping the lesbian thing on
she's not
Buttercup,
committed to like anyone. Like anytime she goes to a new town, just brand new chick.
Hold on. So you say they didn't even grow up together? They were sisters?
Yeah, they're sisters.
But they just
No, but
weren't
it just
together
sound
for a
like
while?
No. They're sisters and they work together. Like, they're still whatever. But like, they be traveling and stuff. Like they're
Okay.
older now.
I mean, yeah.
And then like,
and like,
whoa, hold on. And then like,
I'm saying this one thing, that they're keeping the whole Buttercup thing. That's something that they're definitely keeping still.
yeah, and then like, but yeah, she's not committed to anybody. She's always messing around.
Say I sent you the link.
Right, good looks.
I think even part of like some of the script that was leaked was Blossom even walking in on her with some new chick. Just
That sounds like a
doing it for the
CW
fifth
show
time.
idea. That literally sounds like the stereotype scene of a CW show.
But then even worse is the girl Bubbles.
Oh yeah, the worst one of them all.
Just gotta pull one out for her. Because, see, Eli, she was engaged to one of the Rowdy Girls boys, right?
Nah.
Oh, wait.
But sold the ring for crack.
He what?
Yep.
She sold the ring for crack.
It gets crazier. It gets crazier.
And she's a corn star.
See, I wasn't even gonna laugh, but then the censorship is what got me.
It took me a minute. It took me a minute.
Exactly.
Your thoughts on this?
She
I
on
think
cans.
I think he's processing.
And then, what's arguably even more disheartening than that, is Professor Utonium.
Oh yeah.
Because you see, Eli, it's... I don't know if this is directly confirmed or not, but this is part of the leak from which I heard all these things about.
Matter of fact,
But,
before we continue, Barry, I have a question. Eli, you didn't watch any of new season of Rick and Morty, right?
Nah, I haven't.
Okay, so then I wouldn't be able to make this comparison. Go ahead.
I haven't even watched Rick and Morty past season 3 or 2. I can't remember season 3 or 2.
It's alright. I just wanted to make sure if you did, because like if you had watched a certain point, I would be able to make this comparison. Like,
Oh, got you. Go ahead, Kevin. You see.
he kept the girls dressed in practically the same way as they were when they were younger, because it's to exploit them to keep on selling merch to make money.
Not Professor Utonium.
Professor Utonium.
And it should be said that he was dating Miss Bellum, but that's buried underneath literally like everything else.
exactly.
I was gonna ask if they know if he was dating the teacher or the
The mayor
or not. No, just or the teacher or not. But I guess that's the question. But jeez, what the?
They violated.
Tragic.
They definitely.
He was
violated.
exploiting them for money.
So we just gotta know, like, what exactly this reshoot and rewrite of the script is gonna be, because we have heard nothing about any of the progress in months.
I don't even I don't even know what to make of this. I don't.
Bro, neither do I.
I just don't have any words. I really don't have any words for this. It was so bad it started messing up my game. I started losing and getting my ass whipped really bad.
Yo, Curry and whoever else can relate. Did y'all? I think this was a video from College Humor. It was like a little short animation about adult type of girls.
Oh, I didn't
No.
see it.
I
Oh,
don't
yeah,
remember
no,
that
it's,
video.
it's unfortunate.
It's been so long since I've seen College Humor, man.
I understand, you know, they
That
kind of.
that minute.
Well, if it's the word for it is, I mean, maybe it is. I don't know, because so many things happen with their companies.
Man, all these YouTube channels that were ended up being owned by bigger companies, bro. There's just so much that's happened to them.
Really unfortunate.
Like Inside Gaming used to be one of my favorite channels, and like the company, like people started leaving, but like that's not even like the bad thing. Cause I don't mind when people leave because they want to go on to like different ventures and do other stuff with their life and stuff like that. That's always dope. Now I support that, but it'd be like when the company start interfering afterwards and start moving people around to different things because they feel like this is not doing what they think it should do and all this other stuff. It'd be heartbreaking. But yeah, alright.
No, I do have gripe with it now.
Go ahead.
Because like I'm just probably gonna turn into like a subtopic. I have gripe with most of the CW shows.
I hate all of. I hate all of
I
today's
have
CW
big
shows.
gripe because it's like, for me, Stargirl is what it gets me the most. Like it gets on my nerves so much, especially when I saw the Lex trailer where this girl just says with so much angst, "I am Green Lantern's daughter." It doesn't even work that way. Now, if it's like the actual Justice Society Green Lantern, sure, maybe. But if it's the traditional Galactic Police Green Lantern, then there's my problem.
Man,
And then there's everybody's favorite, The Flash, with that Star Wars crossover
Yo,
they had.
There were Ninja Stars too. There were
Wait, there was
Ninja
a Star
Stars
Wars?
too. It was not Star Wars too.
Oh no, they
and Ninja
had
Stars.
lightsabers.
Yeah, they did.
What?
And I watched the fight. At least with Godspeed, it looked like he was channeling the Speed Force into a blade. But when Flash and the Reverse Flash fought like alongside each other, they just fixed their arm as if like they actually had a lightsaber in their hand.
Man,
And to make it so bad, they made it like a big thing when they disarmed him, right? When they disarmed Godspeed. It didn't matter because Homie is able to make a whole nother blade with ease.
Yo, what the hell has been going on with that show, bro? People were so excited about that show when it first came out.
And you know what? It was pretty good.
Yeah, it was pretty
But
decent.
somehow-
Back in the
But it got lost along the way.
As most things tend to be. I keep telling y'all, like, no matter how good, that's why I didn't bother get into it, because it doesn't matter how good it starts out, CW will make it go on for too long, and it will be ruined. It happened to my favorite CW, well, two of my favorite CW shows, Supernatural and Smallville.
You know, Smallville wasn't too bad though. In my eyes, it wasn't.
It went on too long, Tay. Like, it probably had the best run out of all of the long series, because honestly, even later on into like, I want to say like the 9th, 10th season, it still really wasn't that bad, but it went on too long. And then it had that.
Nah, but the thing is though, like people, I haven't, like, anybody who's a Smallville fan, at least this is my personal experience, right? Where I haven't heard not one person say a bad thing about Smallville. I haven't. My personal experience.
Are those for people who watched it to the last season?
Yeah. We talk about the entire. We would talk about like the entire season, like all the time, even sometimes with my coworkers. But
Cause like, have you gone back
like,
to try to binge it, my guy? Like, it's so long.
See, I would, but I don't want to go through that heartbreak of knowing, like, because to me, Lex and Clark had a great friendship.
It was meant to be.
It hurt knowing what was going to happen.
It was meant to.
And
be
I don't want to
became.
watch that all over again.
That was so painful, knowing that it would never truly end well. And Lex always came back doing something too. Lex in that TV show was just as sinister as Lex in the damn comic books and the Justice League shows.
But it's crazy because he was a real ass homie too.
He really was.
Like, he was loyal to his. Like, he was loyal. Like, throughout most of the show, he was loyal to Clark.
Them first couple of seasons. I blame his dad. I'll always blame his dad.
That's a whole fact.
His dad was a whole. If his dad treated him right, he probably wouldn't turn out how he did.
I partially regret not
That could
being
be arguable for like so many
big into
people.
Smallville back in the day.
And,
I wasn't really
bruh,
watching it consistently.
I used to watch it consistently until like I want to say like even when Green Arrow came around, I was still watching it consistently. I was watching consistently for a minute. I want to say like the moment I wasn't watching it consistently is probably the season when they introduced Doomsday.
And even when I had like chances, because I know like I would used to like kind of catch it. I think it was like on TNT for a while, and then like whatever. Those were like reruns in the morning. But back in high school,
TNT?
yeah, it used to be on like.
Oh, the reruns. You mean like the reruns?
Yeah, get reruns.
Oh yeah. I forgot
I would
TNT.
usually use that time in the morning to like watch all my like old Fox shows, like Gotham or Sleepy Hollow and stuff. So like
Sleepy Hollow was A1.
Sleepy Hollow was really dope. It was really dope. But yeah, go ahead.
that was basically it. I just
Yeah, I was still watching when the reruns was on too. Yeah, cause you're right, it was on TNT for a while. Cause it'll be around that the block where you have Charmed and Angel and stuff.
Charmed! Oh my god.
That's something else that they try to reboot, and I haven't checked up on it since they talked about it. I'm pretty sure it came out, and I know it's no way in hell it's doing well.
It definitely is not matching up to its predecessor.
Like I don't know why they would bring that back. Like that's what I was talking about the other day. Like they be bringing back stuff that's not even really that old. Like a lot of remakes we was talking about is like remakes of '90s shows. That show came out in well, actually that show was in the '90s. Actually, I'm almost forgetting that my age. I'm forgetting I was watching reruns of that show, not when it was coming out. Oh damn. Damn, I was rewatching reruns of that. It felt like it was coming out when I was watching it.
Yeah, cause for me, I remember like I had to go to school, right? And I had to go to like I had to go to my grandma's house because that's where my school bus would come. That was my said address.
Magic School Bus?
No.
Oh, shut up.
that is another. That is just.
But yeah, like I would catch like Charm, Smallville, and I think Angel at like 5 in the morning, like all the time.
Angel. The show, not the actual guy, Angel. I love the show, Angel. I want to be
Oh yeah, it's immaculate.
But yeah, though, like I just like it. CW shows they're either on too long or they get rid of stuff that was actually good. Like I remember there was this other show they had I used to like. It was canceled after its first season. There was another show they had. It was canceled after the second season. Then the other shows they had, their shows be on too long. Like I keep telling people, bro. After Smallville, none of the superhero shows were good. I didn't even want to watch Arrow because it wasn't the same Oliver from Smallville. Like I know what people say about it. It's just not the same.
I feel like they just really wanted him to be Batman when they couldn't do Batman.
Pretty much. That's yeah. It was just stupid because they did Gotham, which is the pre-Batman. Like
No, the Gotham Fox.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Now,
But there was a pre-Batman show.
I thought.
I mean, they have Batgirl now.
Let's not talk about it.
Oh, no, Batwoman.
Let's not talk about it. Let's not talk
I'll
about
say
it.
this one thing about Batgirl.
Woman.
Ruby Rose, great,
Woman.
well, Batwoman. The first act, Ruby Rose,
I
she
should
was great for
check
the
that
role.
out. I should check that out actually.
Like she looked like she would have been great for the role, but then it's like she quit, and then it just became a joke after that.
That's tough.
Like I never heard.
People feel like a joke since day one.
The first season, it didn't look bad. Like I'll give it that. It didn't look bad.
People treated it like a joke since day one.
Oh yeah.
Like the first actress was pretty spot on for it. They just thought it was too much work. They couldn't actually like from what they said, from what I saw, and the reason why they quit, they just couldn't keep doing it. But here, I still have a random question, right? Like, say if like this was during the time period of Smallville, right?
Mm-hmm.
And TNT were to make like a Static Shock live action show,
I
do you think that would have popped off?
Back then or right now?
Back then when Smallville was out.
Yes.
Like I want to say it would. I just don't know if I trust the people to be responsible about it. Cause like Black Lightning is, like it was a good show.
Black Lightning was actually good.
Yeah, like it was pretty good. I just don't know. Like these people give me no faith to. I feel like it would. I don't know. I really don't know.
Now, I feel like they probably would pull off majority of the characters well, because like some of them don't really require a big budget or a big effects to use.
But see, the thing is like
Gear. Like I think Gear would look pretty good if he was put on the live action.
Oh yeah, I feel like live action, like the kind of equipment he wears for real life. I feel like it wouldn't even be that hard for them to get right.
Or who's the dude who would like he could go into the shadows?
I don't remember his name, but I know you're talking about.
Like I have to look him up to do it because it wouldn't be right. A Heat Streak.
Yeah.
Reek would be pretty good. Like Rubber Band Man.
But like, cause I feel like it could be good, but it would get so CW-ified, and I don't know if I would still be interested in watching it after like what, like 2 or 3 seasons.
TNT, I think it'd be TNT or I would like trust it with TNT or Fox.
Maybe Fox. I would probably trust Fox with it. But like I don't know, cause like a lot of stuff that they be want to talk about now, like the cartoon touched on it, like gun violence, bullying, gang violence, all that stuff. The cartoon
Ebon was his
touched
name.
on
Ebon.
it. Yeah, that's him. Like and then like even alright, the cast, like at that time period, I don't know if they would have had as good of a cast. I don't have faith in that.
You know what? I'll give you that. But I feel like the writing would be so much better.
Well, even if you want to say like they already touched upon like a lot of these like very prevalent issues still now, like it would also, you're also gonna come like people who like Static, you know, comics with DC on it, they're still gonna watch it most likely. But it's also the people that never want to watch animated stuff because they just don't like animated stuff for whatever reason. They want live stuff. So then that gives them a chance.
Which is crazy because the animated stuff is DC's like one of DC's most best stuff.
Well, you see, Tay, you partially can't say it's crazy because you used to be a person who only want to watch animated stuff and not live stuff.
Like, wait, you think, like, give me an example.
You literally said, you get these people off my screen, I want cartoons.
Oh yeah, I would definitely want to. That's what came out of Cartoon Network. That's what came out of Cartoon Network, right?
Still.
They had good live action shows.
No.
Yes, they did. They had good live action shows.
So, Tay, you weren't watching a lot of the Disney stuff.
Unnatural History was a good show.
Because I wanted cartoons. If I wanted the live action stuff, I could go to TNT and stuff like that.
But you see, Tay, by proxy, you missed a lot of Hannah Montana, some Zack and Cody, some Paris.
I had no choice. I did watch those.
Inside Jimmy's Head was a good show.
Now you see, Kerry, I did watch those. I did watch those, but not by choice.
You said you had watched some of.
Oh no!
Of me.
Oh no, my sister made me watch all the marathon like all the time, and I remember the last episode to this day. Don't get me wrong, it was a little disheartening, but at the end of the day, I wanted cartoons.
But what I'm saying,
Tower
though,
High was a good show.
Opposite thing.
Say it one more time.
I'm saying there are people who will be opposite of you, saying like, get these cartoons off my screen. I want live people. It gives people a chance,
which is ridiculous.
A medium, a different format.
Which is ridiculous, and I know you're gonna say it shouldn't be ridiculous because in general, but it's ridiculous because Family Guy and The Simpsons are so popular. You think people would move past that animated is not just for kids?
Bruh, that's a fact. Like F is for Family, South Park.
South Park. Oh my God, bro. I love me some South Park.
Rick and Morty.
Rick and Morty's later, so I don't want to use that as an example. Rick and Morty. Rick. Ray.
Oh no, so I want y'all opinion as well. Another like I guess sub like topic. I'm the type of person who does want Big Mouth canceled.
You want it canceled?
Yes, because to me
I
it's
don't feel
like
he knows one. I don't know.
like because like just to me certain things is pretty disturbing for like animated kids. Like certain things just seem a little explicit.
I don't watch the show, and I get why people complain about it being the way it is. I don't really care too much, but I definitely get it because while it is entertaining and I get why it works for this comedy that it does, it is weird that it is kids going through some of those experiences sometimes.
What I will
Especially
say,
because it's not even like they look like middle school kids, like they look like elementary school kids. No. I said they don't look like middle school kids. They look like elementary school kids. That's part of what makes it kind of weird for me personally.
what I will say regarding Big Mouth, like season 1, it's a masterpiece. Now season 2 and onward,
Season 1 was fire.
when they got renewed for like whatever mini seasons and they had more liberties to take. Stuff did get starting a little weird. Season 2 forward, but I personally can't say I found anything too distasteful on my screen. Now,
Until 3.
I'm
3 was. I'm not saying it was the line, but 1 and 2 wasn't that bad. 3 out the gate, I'm like, what is this?
No, see, to me, it was one of the things that was right out the game. Plus, like, this one of my big issues with Netflix too is because when the whole thing when this came out, then they had the whole Cuties movie, and I'm like, yo,
now, see,
Netflix.
that's weird.
Like to me, Netflix was definitely getting on some weirdo ish at the time. Because I think like did season 3 come out? Like when did season 3 come out?
Like early this year.
Early this year. Okay, so never mind.
Yeah, it was this year.
I was about to say, because it came out last year when that movie came out, then yeah, I would say like they're on some weirdo ish right now.
I want to say it was like February or like
Do I not have
February or
it?
March.
Oh, there it is.
I digress.
But yeah, so like the first season when people were outraged, I was like, all right, the show ain't even come out yet. It's a bit early. But like afterwards though, I was like, okay. I mean, I can see it. But like I said, like if they looked like middle school kids more so, it wouldn't be as bad. So they look like elementary schoolers, bro. They look like they're in like 2nd grade. Like if you didn't know and just saw it, it looked like 2nd graders.
Then let's see, what else was like one of our talks? Because I keep making too many like subtopics.
Oh no, that's perfectly. Yeah, I'm not gonna complain about it. You know, it's not that deep. Like that's part of what works with this is that you go into the sidebars and whatever. And if we need to bring it back, we can bring it back. It's not that deep to me. Okay. This is right. I mean, all of these topics I'm looking forward to talking about. But real quick, Mortal Kombat 11. It's one of the topics.
Oh yeah. Go ahead.
I don't know how much you and Ernest could weigh in on this, Kyrie, because I don't know how much y'all have with the game and with what y'all feel about it. All right. Well, for me, this is probably the game with the most potential within the trilogy so far, which partly led to it being the most disappointing game in the trilogy to me.
Yeah, I can agree
Alright,
with
go
that.
on.
Because like, I would say part of why it's disappointing is because, first of all, we could talk about when it first came out. All the limited resources BS to get all the cool stuff they offered. Horrendous. That was by far one of the most egregious uses of microtransactions within these games that I've ever seen.
Just to clarify, what game we're talking about?
Mortal Kombat 11.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know
But,
what, Eli, yeah, I can agree. I'll definitely agree with that. For me, it was definitely the microtransactions that ruined it.
There's that, and then you also
And the
have
perversion of the crypt. I think the crypt was like perverted from like what it was supposed to be.
I don't know. But then, like, even because I love 10. I really thought 10. Like, I already thought 9 was a good Mortal Kombat game, but then 10 came out, I really thought 10 was the perfect Mortal Kombat game. It did have some things here and there, but it was nothing serious. So I thought, you know, going from 10 to 11, we would be taking the good parts about 10 and just improving it. Well, no, not the good parts, no. We would be taking the bad parts about 10, we would be able to get rid of it and focus on the good parts about 10, and while adding more stuff to it for 11. And one of the favorite parts about 10 is one of my favorite things for fight. Well, not my favorite things for fighting it, but it's just the style of fighting game I prefer is faster combat and the combos they allow. Like, it was nothing crazy like a Guilty Gear or Fighters kind of combo, but it was good for a 1v1 straight up fighting game combos. There was some people in the 10, you know, they had some stuff that could bring you 60, 70, but you had to work for it. It made it fun, and in a kind of way, they could have lessened down a little bit, but I feel like the way they try to limit the combos in 11 was like, it was horrendous. Like, it wasn't playing like Mortal Kombat, it was playing like Street Fighter. And if I wanted to play Street Fighter, I go play Street Fighter.
Without a multi-hitting move, the best you can do is like maybe 8, 9 hits. I'm like, and that's if you're really stretching it out with like whatever gimmicky things said character has. It feels incredibly, it feels more stiff than it usually does, and that's disgusting to me. I have not touched 11 in like since I beat it, like whenever I bought it 2 years ago.
I get why they did it, because a good majority of the Mortal Kombat like base, they're not great at combos.
That's not true.
No, there is. There's like, I'm not saying most of the base. I'm not saying like all the base. I'm saying there's a good portion of the base where like they're trying to make it easier on those players who really want to get in the game, who are really struggling. And plus, like people get discouraged about it dumb easily too.
I get that, but like,
so
if they're not good at combos like that, go play Street Fighter, my guy.
But that's what I'm trying to get at is like, they were just trying to make a way to keep like people consistently coming to the game and not get so easily discouraged. That's why they had that whole like tutorial system in and stuff like that. That was pretty ambitious, but I do agree they shouldn't have done a complete overhaul of what the whole combo system was.
Well, like they just shouldn't have listened it to this extent.
Despite it being a different genre, you want to know what's a really good example of it not working out?
What?
Pokemon.
Explain.
Yeah, elaborate.
Because remember, I only played like one Pokemon game.
By him, I also mean me.
Well, see, Tay, it's pretty much a universal fact, right? That like after like Gen 5, right? Pokemon games tend to get pretty disappointing after a while, because
from what I've heard, yeah,
XY is this, while it's great for having mega evolutions and stuff, right, you know, literally the campaign is like so garbage because you have like 4 different rivals. Most of them don't mean anything, they're freaking fodder. And then like after that, you can't really do much. Then with 7, it gets even more hand-holdy because, you know, it's still a kids franchise, but they literally make like a cutscene like every 5 minutes. You'd be like, oh, do this, you have to go over there. Like lack of exploration type stuff, you know, that you would see like the older games, and it just kept on doing like stuff like that. It's like there's a time when you can still have it be for everybody, but don't belittle the audience by saying you can do A, B, and C, and D through Z are literally impossible. That makes the game less fun. You gotta let people explore some stuff. So how does it look when you go to like tournaments with these actual pros doing stuff and they're doing like more or less the same thing?
I see what you're saying.
And then on top of that, like, we could talk about like the mechanics of the game. First of all right.
Oh wait,
when the game, go ahead. I was about to go off. Go ahead.
I just want to like talk about like they never address like where certain characters are. Like, where the hell Striker's Revenant?
Man,
just smoking the whole Anenra thing. Where did Kung Jin go? What happened to Takeda? You think he would be in the game after like Kenshi was murdered?
I
So,
thought
like,
at the very least we would get comics to explain that, and it never happened.
nope.
Or more importantly, Tay, where's my man Ernest's wife at? Devora ain't nowhere to be seen.
Wait, Devora, dude,
Why are you trying to violate?
Yo, you don't remember that Ernest like bug woman?
Can you not? Because it's not true at all. Nah, like you got to get.
Ernest was distraught when Devora had a very lack of presence.
No,
Well, why? And then y'all just love to slander my name, don't you?
Devora's in the game.
No.
That's the
I'm
crazy
trying to
part.
fuse attention from you, Ernest.
Is she? I forgot she was even.
Devora is
So-
in the game. Go ahead.
Now,
Tay.
my thing with Devora is, why did Devora catches so many bodies? She's killed Melina, she killed Sub-Zero, not Sub-Zero, Scorpion, and that was my thing. If anybody should have killed Scorpion, it should have been Noob. Like, Noob
I
wasn't
see
even barely
that.
in the game, and Noob is one of the most powerful villains in Mortal Kombat. Why is he taking so many L's?
That's definitely a hard body fight.
Like, Devora, like, yeah, I guess she's seen, like, she's like, you know, the Kaiten are, like, pretty, like, strong creatures. No doubt about that. But she shouldn't be the one killing all these big legacy characters like Melina and stuff like that. She hasn't earned that from, like, to me, she hasn't earned that.
She definitely hasn't. She's not on that level. At least not yet, anyway.
Like,
And
like,
Ernest's on she is.
like, and now in the disappearance of all these revenants, like, you tell me the special forces never wanted to, like, to make sure, like, you know,
I am
Evil,
blocking.
Striker or Smoke. Like, you don't think you want to keep track of where these people are?
Which is actually crazy considering that Mortal Kombat 10 starts with them going after Revenants.
Yeah, and they said, and they gave Smoke like a whole new persona, a Nenra and stuff like that he was a smoke demon and stuff like that.
You sure?
Like that was so cool. Why'd you drop the ball with that?
They never follow up on those, to be fair.
They should have. Like, again, where did Takeda go?
Man.
They said he's alive like so many times.
Bro, they said he was alive and like in hiding and stuff. It was like, hiding from what? Hiding from what? He was one of my favorite new characters. Like, out of all the new characters, it's like personality-wise, just straight personality-wise, it's Takeda. No, sorry, no. It's Cassie, Takeda, and Jackie, and nobody cares about Kung Stupid Head. Like, nobody care about him.
Nah, to me, like, his disappearance should be addressed as well.
I mean, it
Because, like,
should be. I'm just saying in terms of
They-
importance
they-
for a new character.
Like, they barely, like, mentioned him. Like, after, like, I don't think there's, like, not one interaction or mention of him. I can't think about the top
I
of my head.
I don't remember hearing any. But then like,
After, like, I can hear one for almost every character but him.
all right, let me get to losing my mind real quick. First of all, when the game came out, they offered the opportunity. What the hell is that saying? The opportunity to have three variations of the character, and you know what they said? Like Injustice 2, we're gonna bring over the fact that you could customize your special moves to build a character you want to use how you want it. Whether you want a close range character, a far range focused character, depending on each type of character and what their strengths and weaknesses, you can build a character you want. Tournament time, you can't use no custom character variations. What is that?
I mean, well, custom in general is a slippery slope, but I understand.
Now, for me, it's like, I'm not, like, a big, like, creative person, especially with my movesets. Like, to me, it's the fact that you could customize variations, like, it's a cool feature, but it's a little overwhelming.
It was definitely overwhelming on top of that, too. That
Plus,
was another
like,
thing
the
about it, for
amount
sure.
of- And plus, like, people who really know what they're doing, they're gonna find any sort of combo to abuse. Like, that just creates opportunity for abuse.
For sure. That well, and then, like that's
Like,
part of
Spawn,
why I was like,
Spawn. Like, I
Yeah.
heard too many complaints about him once he came out.
Oh yeah.
he was the only one with armor break.
Yep. And then the whole Shiva thing, the stomp.
Disgusting.
Oh,
Yep,
it's
I remember seeing,
heard. It's still a thing. They didn't fix
It is.
it.
Bro, I literally had to make a set for moveset for Baraka. You know that little move where he could like shoot the spikes off his back?
Mm-hmm.
That's the only move I can use to really counter that thing.
Dude, there's like for certain people who have counters to it, it's in variations that are useless. And like another thing was like when they dropped the armor break for every other character, they put their armor break on variations that people don't play because the variations are useless. It's like, why would you do that? You provided them something that helped them out and put it on the wrong timeline. Like, what's wrong with you? And then like what, on top of all the stuff, bad stuff that's left about the game is that, oh, we're not gonna work on the game anymore after this. Well, you know what, they said they're not gonna add anything. I don't know if they're not gonna not work on it, but from my understanding, when they said it, is that they're not gonna work on it anymore. So that means the stuff that's messed up and broken is gonna stay the way it is. Like, why are there bad special moves that take up 2 slots? What sense does that make? And you have stuff that's like overly power special moves that only take up 1 spot. It is literally the exact opposite of how they should be. How did nobody playtest this or try this out to say to them that like this is not gonna work? This is broken and you have it in 1 slot. Make it a 2 slot worth. Like that's literally how you would balance out the game. You literally have that option there for stuff that's too good to be balanced out by taking up 2 slots. How do you not take advantage of that to fix the damn game? Oh my god.
Oh no, then I want to talk about like the time frame on thing for Mortal Kombat 11 too. Let me look up the release date for the first combat pack. Because like I was talking about this with a coworker, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we were talking about like, the first combat pack was 8-1. Like nothing. I don't think anything could really top it. I don't think anything did top it. Combat pack. So there was like pretty much like the good portion combat pack. Like certain characters didn't come out for a year. Like Mortal Kombat would have been out for a whole year until we got Spawn.
Yeah.
And when they announced but they had like 2 characters come out before him. I think it was
Actually, wait a minute.
Terminator. I'm trying to think.
Rambo was in the last one, so it wasn't.
He was in the
was
very
it
last
RoboCop?
one.
Yeah,
No,
RoboCop.
No, I don't think he was in Combat Pack 1.
Who was? Because it was.
Oh, Nightwolf. It was Nightwolf.
Oh.
It was Nightwolf. I think it was Nightwolf and Joker.
They were all
The first
Combat
to come
Pack
out.
1? I thought Spawn wasn't so Combat Pack 2. Oh, yeah. Here it is. I gotta see the cover for it. So it was definitely Terminator, Nightwolf, Okay, in order, it was Shang Tsung, Nightwolf, Terminator, Sindel, Joker, and Spawn.
Now we got those last 2 characters by the next year.
Yeah, Joker was all the way January, and Spawn was literally in March, which is damn near the whole year later.
Yeah, because Mortal Kombat came out I think, was it in March when Mortal
It
Kombat
should
came
be
out?
March or April. It's always around that time.
Like it was damn near out for a whole year before we got done with the first one. I think like to me that was a little extra.
I really want to know what they were doing, because it's not even like they did new maps and stuff like that. Like
It was probably the story mode, but I would have been okay with like getting the characters first, then the other part of the story mode later on.
it was April 23rd.
Yeah, so
Well,
like
you
close
can't
to
even
a
really
year.
say it was they can't even really say it was the story mode they were working on, because the extra story mode wasn't until way after when
swear.
Melina and them came out.
Nah.
When they did Aftermath?
That was Combat Pack 2. Yeah, that was Combat Pack 2.
Oh yeah. But that would still be later on though.
Yeah, it was. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying like I would have been perfectly fine if we got the characters for Combat Pack 2, then the story mode later on.
That's interesting. Why'd they move?
Yeah, because Combat
to
Pack
me-
2 was
to me-
Rambo, Rain, and Melina.
To stretch out for a whole year, and then like you put all your hype power into this first combat pack, cause like I felt like the hype of the game was like kind of dying a bit after that. Like
Bro,
nobody
the
wanted
game
to-
was literally mellowing out by the time they announced Combat Pack 2.
like once people saw like Spawn was gonna come out the next year, like they were. I think people were already like lost interest after that.
Yeah, because I don't even think that was during COVID, because that was what? That was 2020, was not 2020. 2019, yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I think
I think
Like two of
Combat
the packs came out last year.
yeah, Combat Pack 2. Oh, 3?
Yeah,
Oh,
3 came out during COVID.
Mhm. I couldn't even remember that there was a 3. Oh, damn.
Yes, sir.
No, are you sure?
Yeah, it was Melina. Yeah, that's when where Melina and Rambo came and Rain.
No, that's Combat Pack 2.
No, it's
Combat
not.
Combat Pack 1 is all 6 of those characters, and then Combat Pack 2
is Aftermath with Shiva.
I don't know, Tim. I'm looking at it right now. Oh wait, yeah. When did Shiva come out then? Hold on, wait, what? Who
She came out in
with Shiva?
Aftermath.
Oh, in Aftermath. But I'm pretty sure that's still part of Combat Pack 2 though. Because I'm looking at it right now.
It is. But
yeah,
Melina
but that's still with Melina.
But Melina, Rambo, and Rain came out in a separate combat pack. Like, here's how
Well,
I see
no,
it.
because like, it's, all right. So what it was is Combat Pack 1, Combat Pack 2, and then Aftermath. It's not really a Combat Pack 3.
That's so dumb.
Because remember, they put Combat Pack 2 and Aftermath together, where you could buy them together, and then you have the Ultimate, which is all of them.
Okay, I'll give you that. It's still pretty dumb that the way they organized that whole thing.
It was really stupid.
Like, I think they really stretched it out unnecessarily.
I don't know how they came up with this timeline.
Like, to me, like, the story was great. I loved it.
I still haven't played Aftermath because I was so tired of the game. I don't even know the story for Aftermath.
Oh, the Aftermath is pretty good too.
I know, but it's like, bro, I'm so tired of the game. I can't even bring myself to play it because I'm tired of the game. Like, I don't like I said, I don't like how the combos work in that game. Like, I literally would rather just go back to play Mortal Kombat X. And like the thing I liked the least about Mortal Kombat X was I don't know what NetherRealm what gave NetherRealm the idea to like bronzify everything in Mortal Kombat X. Like I don't know why everything has that metallic bronze feel coloration in that game. I don't know why they did that. I won't ever get that. But besides that, this is like the thing that I like the least about the game. Everything else was fine, cause like even going through the crypt, going through the crypt and figuring out the stuff for that is fire. And like doing the crypt in Mortal Kombat 11 is fun too. But like having everything locked behind towers and stuff like that, like I get it on the level, but at the same time, you're talking about accessibility for casuals, and not all the towers you have to beat to get cool stuff are accessible to casuals by any means. Some of those towers are hard as hell.
Facts. You know what's another thing that I have gripe with too? What they are doing, what they did with the cyborgs.
In what way?
Because like, how are you gonna have me fight like Sector and Cyrax and not let me play them?
Having characters in the game that are not playable. They did it in X2. I didn't like that either. Because Rain was a built character in X, but he wasn't a character in the game. You could fight him, but like because character.
They almost did that with Tanya too. They almost did. They made
it was. That's true.
Like I get like what you're trying to do, and it's good that you put the effort in, but it's like you have to remember these characters have, like some of these characters have a big legacy surrounding them. Like cyborgs, the cyborgs were the coolest thing about Mortal Kombat, and I think they were too underutilized.
They were. I don't know, because they had 9 and 10. So I don't know if leaving them out of 11 is the worst.
To me, it kind of was because they implied like they were gonna do something for he was gonna do something for Cyrax too. Like after he fought him, he was like he promised that he would come back for him, or he would do something for him.
I just took that as story dialogue. I didn't really take it too serious.
Oh, I did. Especially for someone like Sub-Zero, who is hella honorable and always do his best to follow up on his promises.
I can see how you would feel that way about it. But then and then what was the other thing? Okay. I'm 50-50 on this because I think as a business tactic, it makes sense and I get it. But as a fan, it annoys me. Using certain fan favorites and putting them in DLC when they should easily be in the game. Because the NetherRealm knows, even before they started dropping characters from Mortal Kombat 11, it was like, alright, So when is Melina gonna be revealed? Then they said these are all the characters in the game, and we were like, bruh, no Melina? I'm not gonna say we, cause I like Melina, but I wasn't going as hard as other people. But I could see why they were, cause Melina is a big ass character. It was like, bro, y'all not gonna have Melina in the game? Combat Pack 1 comes out. Alright, Melina in this DLC? No, she's not. No, not all the way to you got all the way to Combat 2, which is the next. Was it in the next year, or was it the year after that? I think it's just the next year. But like, she's all the way on the Combat 2 DLC. Like, my guy, come on, it's crazy. Like, she's a playable character in 9 and 10, and then y'all was like DLC in 11.
And again, one of those legacy characters who was done for. I feel like they just did not do right to the legacy characters at the time. The characters that built Mortal Kombat were just been done so well. Liu Kang was getting dirt for like 10 years of the game.
Liu Kang. First, let me break this down.
First of all, Liu Kang. The fact he lost in almost in every single timeline was
you
just.
You said the name.
What happened?
No, I'm trying to tell you who said the name. Now you gotta hear the ref.
Oh yeah, Liu Kang ain't even in my top 10 favorite Mortal Kombat characters. Liu Kang was never my go-to. Liu Kang was never in the OG games. He was somebody I'd be upset if somebody else picked him. Liu Kang was never one of those for me. When they started bringing personalities into the game, the only time I really liked Liu Kang was in the movie, because the original 90s movie.
Shaolin Monks was like...
Shaolin Monks was fire too. I'll give Shaolin Monks. But when they brought personality to the characters, Liu Kang did not have a personality I liked. You know who I liked? Kung Lao. You know who was done dirty? Kung Lao. In 9? Are you serious?
But he was done dirty as long as Liu Kang was.
But in 9, Shao Kahn snuck up on him. How is Shao Kahn sneaking up on people?
But hear me out on this. Liu Kang was built to be this big chosen one, and then he got turned into a zombie. And then in 11, it was revealed that Raiden whooped his ass. Like, for each and every single timeline, he didn't win. Not one time.
He was facing a god. I don't expect him to win. Half the time Raiden loses is because I must consult with the Elder Gods. I cannot interfere with mortal matters. I need to consult with the Elder Gods. I cannot intervene here.
See, I do have a counter for that. When all the Revenants jumped his ass, remember, they gave him the fight back treatment.
Oh, you mean plot?
What do you mean plot?
That's plot.
What you mean?
Man, that don't mean nothing to me. Anytime Raiden loses, it's just because he couldn't fight back.
And plus Sindel, and plus the fact that Sindel was there didn't make it any easier. Because Sindel is literally like, she's either above Raiden or below Raiden.
She is not above Raiden.
Yes, she is.
No, she is not.
Yes, she is, because she was already powerful. Like, the Elder Gods feared her. Because she was that.
That was back in the day, though.
No, it wasn't.
In what? If they feared her in what? In 9?
They addressed it in Aftermath. That her power matches
okay,
the Elder
so
Gods. She was the only one.
You know more than me in that terms, then.
Like,
I ain't
literally,
I ain't see that.
Because they said she's the only one who could really beat Cetrion in a fight, because she was a problem.
That's actually crazy.
They could beat her.
Well, of course, Nightwolf admitted it. She killed him.
Shang Tsung.
Nightwolf literally.
Cetrion. He said Cetrion is a problem because Cetrion is an Elder God.
I think you're saying he said Cinderella's a problem. I'm like, nigga, he killed himself to kill her in the 9th game.
That's true.
Yeah, but that was the point I was making here.
No, I get you now. I'm on the same page now.
Like she's the only one who could actually beat her. Shang Tsung admitted it too. And that's a lot coming from Shang Tsung.
I would have to play Aftermath to see the extent of what you're saying. I know you're saying she could beat Cetrion, but I'm not gonna sit here and say that I don't think Raiden could beat Cetrion.
He couldn't. The only reason why Cetrion died is because she killed herself. That's the only reason.
I'd have to relook at the story mode.
And the reason why, like Jack was able to beat her because they had a crown full of souls in it to beat her.
I would have to relook at story mode for 11, and I
Like,
don't even think I don't even think that's really fair per se. Only per se, because it's canon. I just don't think it's fair per se because like she is a whole brand new character.
Who, Sindel or Cetrion?
Centurion.
If she's an elder god, it kind of makes sense. Especially she's the sister of Shinnok.
Man, it would elder god or not, it would. I'm not gonna say it would make sense because it would like I mean it'd be similar to what you were discussing earlier, which Mortal NetherRealm have been doing in their games. They've been making a lot of their new characters absurdly strong. Like even when you go back to 10, where Cassie inherits, Johnny was never that strong, and like let's be clear.
Man, here's how I see it. Johnny gets disrespected too much.
No, don't get me wrong. I think Johnny's strong. I don't think Johnny was defeating Elder God Shinnok strong.
He beat Shinnok.
Ever.
I'm about to say he did beat. I'm about to say he did.
No, he did. But that was bullshit. Let's be clear. Before that, he was never that level of strong. And the only reason Cassie is technically that strong is because she inherited his blood, and they have the whatever island of people, whatever blah 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 NetherRealm came up with for the new trilogy. So like, their new characters are absurdly powerful and wanked off in comparison.
But if Sindel's like not Sindel, Cetrion's a whole elder god, then to me that one kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
Especially her being again, like I said, being literally the twin opposite of Shinnok.
She was an elder god. I thought she was just I know her and Shinnok was brothers. And
Like,
sister. They're brother and sister. They're brother. But,
No, she's the daughter of what's her face?
Shinnok is her
Is her
was
brother,
Shinnok?
but their mom.
Oh, Shinnok is her brother.
And her mom is the main boss.
Oh, Chronica. That's what I said, nigga.
Oh, I forgot her name. I
said Shinnok and Centurion was brother and sister.
Yeah.
Nigga.
I said that too.
Did he not correct me?
He did.
Thank you. You was correcting me, bruh.
Oh, my fault. I was getting too depth in the conversation. My bad.
But yeah, so as far as Mortal Kombat 11 goes, I feel like it has such. Just to round off this conversation, it has such great potential, and it didn't live up to what it could have been. It has some stuff, but it's not as good as 9 and 10 to me, and it's just not as good as the most disappointing Mortal Kombat game in its past trilogy. Any other final thoughts on that?
Nope.
I'm gonna take earnest silence for it.
What? Wait, sorry, say it one time?
Don't worry about it, Ernest. Don't worry about it.
He got immediately triggered.
Don't worry about it.
I'm not even triggered.
Not triggered, but defensive. That was more so what I meant.
Because, usually when my name brought up between y'all two, it's something bad, something freaking...
Ernest, I haven't said anything about...
No,
I don't ever do anything to you, bro. I don't know where you're getting this from. I'm not lying on stream. I'm not lying. I've never disrespected you.
Eli, you're the one lying on stream. We could go to your Twitter right now.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You're part of the reason why Ernest gets cyberbullied.
I've never disrespected this man. Ever.
You're a contributing factor to Ernest being cyberbullied.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I would never do such a thing. So moving on to the next topic.
Hashtag 2 times from Twitter.
Moving on to the next topic.
Conveniently just moving topics.
It's not convenient. We're moving on to the next topic. Oh yes. Let us get to discussing this. The reason why I'm not playing Call of Duty to distract me as I talk on stream instead. The reason why I will never touch a Blizzard game ever again. Because I don't trust these people. Activision Blizzard and their huge controversy. Again, a breakdown for those of you who don't know. The city of Wow.
Nice.
Wow.
I mean...
I don't know geography.
Oh man. We weren't on stream right now.
The city of town.
The state of California has revealed that they have been working on a 2-year operation looking into Activision Blizzard.
Oh, it was 2 years? I didn't even know.
Oh yeah, they was working on it
for 2 years.
Yeah, they was working on it for 2-year investigation. into
And you know what's crazy?
their
You know who the first one
studios.
got? I think you know who got busted like at first, like the first like game dev who got hit by this too.
Was
The
it
head
was it
developer for
Rage?
Valhalla. No, it was the head developer for
Oh, you mean
Valhalla.
specifically the guys?
Yeah,
Uh,
he got hit the hardest. Well,
we was
because he
just
was
talking about playing Valhalla the other day too.
yeah, Boy was singled out
Dang.
first.
Well, 2-year investigation into a lot of the let me see, what is it? It's sexual harassment, and I mean mostly it's sexual harassment. It's the biggest part about it. To
They
be honest,
summarize it as this frat boy culture.
yeah,
You
frat
know,
boy
it's just-
culture. Which I've also, on top of that, I don't know if you guys have heard. I found out that it wasn't even just the women that were treated inappropriately in terms of sexual harassment, but also
Yeah.
the men as well. With discussions of they would go up and grip a man's private just cause, or it became a toxic headspace of, all right, who's gonna grip who first? All right, you gonna grip
Okay.
that person and stuff like that. Man, and then even on top of the fact that the lady, rest her soul, had committed suicide due to a lot of these sexual harassment, and I believe she was sexually assaulted. Don't quote
That's
me on that.
that I did that. Okay,
I
This
don't.
is new to me.
I'm not entirely sure. Don't quote me on that.
No, there
Uh,
was one person. I remember reading about somebody who did commit suicide. And like
no, I
Yeah,
know
there
she
was
committed
actually.
suicide. I was just saying, don't
19?
quote me on that. She was sexually assaulted. Is what I meant.
The way I read it is what it sounded like.
That's a tragedy because it's like you spent like the gaming industry is not something that's easy to get into, and to go in there and just get treated like that it's a travesty.
Yep.
It is absolutely deplorable, to be very, very honest. Um,
Like nobody deserves this at all.
never in a
And
million
then the whole
years.
remember the whole didn't you send me the picture of the whole Bill Cosby suite?
Yeah, I don't know if I sent it to you or if it was in the tweet that I sent to you that was discussing it.
But what was the rundown on that?
So they were treating it. So they had the Cosby suite. Mind you, a lot of this I'm going off the top of my head for what I remember. Um, they had the Cosby suite, and they call it the Cos because they were planning on bringing women back there to have fun and stuff like that. And they were relating it to what Bill Cosby was known for. But yeah, I mean that's essentially what it was. Remember that here.
The fact that they have a bunch of women there was that's just fucked.
And then like one of the head managers, I forgot what department he was the head for. It might have been the guy for World of Warcraft, but let me see. Like they would be like, oh, he would be talking to women, he would be grabbing up on women. There was like they would have to pull him off a woman and be like, hey man, you can't do that, stuff like that. But like nobody ever like did enough. It was just like if people saw it in there, and like it's if they might have stopped it. There's no saying that they really did stop it. But yeah, a lot of that, man. That's a lot of that. It's just terrible to hear. It's a terrible environment, stuff like that.
It really the hell.
And when news broke about it, I was just like, because they're already like compiled documents on it, so I'm like, I read up on some of them, and I'm like, this is just horrible.
Do you think that's the reason why Jeff Kaplan left too?
It's people have been throwing it out there.
Yeah,
I mean,
people have
listen,
been saying that.
we'll never know.
I
Because he's
can't
been
even.
there for like a while, so it's like if that was the case, then who knows, like the procedures of like leaving and stuff, especially from someone who was as high up as him, because he was there for again a while.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't even think people should want that to be the reason that he left, because that would mean that he seen it and knew about it, and he was one of those that didn't say anything on it.
And then on top of that too, like the reason why I suspect so too, because I was looking like somebody sent me this right, where you could see like I think like at a 3-year starting point, he just looked like he just like hated his job. Like every time he made
He
like,
did seem considerably older as he made an appearance. Like he was getting gray hair, just
and
looking tired.
like I think like it just like all that just like came from stress. or just something from there, because it seemed like him looking that way is probably from working in a toxic environment for so long, and the fact he probably felt stuck there. So I don't know how it worked with like contracts or anything there. So I don't think that's just something you can walk away from.
I don't know, man, but like it was definitely like extremely disappointing to hear about, especially as people who were like, I'm pretty sure we've all had the dream of one day working in the gaming industry, or whether it's making our own game or working on our favorite games and stuff like that. And like, I mean, I'm not even like this is the first time something like this has happened within the gaming industry, but it's definitely probably been one of the biggest so far.
It's because it's not just like one or two people outed, it's literally like a good portion of the whole company being outed with this whole thing.
And then for
a lot of
entire state, like, when they said the state was suing them, it's like, well, that's just crazy.
And it's not even, it's not like when the news came out, it's not even like you could say it was allegations. Like when they said it was, the state of California doing a 2-year investigation, you knew there was, this is just an allegation, speculated. No, that for a fact, 100%, no denying, there ain't even no room for error that this kind of stuff was happening in the work environment. It's extremely disappointing to hear. We'll explain why a lot of Call of Duty games have sucked in the past year.
And it makes me wonder too, is like, I wonder how it's going to affect the gaming industry as a whole now too, with this whole frat boy mentality now. Because now it's like, it's not just bad amongst the men, it's like women getting targeted, and there are plenty of like genius female developers out there, and it probably makes them want to think twice on like working with certain companies now.
Yeah. Cause like, especially cause like I'm a fan of like I mean like not just me specifically, but we all watch like YouTube gaming related stuff on YouTube and stuff like that, and I used to watch I watched PlayStation Access, and I was a really big fan of who left? I know Holly had left for a bit. She was working on a game. I know what's one of my favorite people? Oh my gosh, she used to be with a huge gaming company. The chick with the white hair, and I know she's worked on The Witcher before. Dang, I forgot her name. She was at the presentation. I know she works with gaming companies too, and it's just not cool. I want to say I can't believe that this is even a thing that has to be discussed or like happened. It has to be broken down as to why not to do. You're talking about they hired people knowing that they would have to give them what do you call it? Sensitivity training and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean you hired people you know you'd have to give that? Like, what? You shouldn't be hiring that person in the first place if that's a must-have when going to hire them. What kind of craziness is that?
Facts. Big facts.
Ernest, what are your thoughts on the situation real quick? I just want to get Ernest in
it. Well, there's not much to say other than like it's as messed up as you say it is, because no one should ever have to go through that.
Go ahead, Curry.
And it's like, I've been playing Overwatch a hell of a lot less ever since that came up. Like, I've been playing Overwatch consistently for like 4 years now, so it's like, it's one of my go-to games to just play whenever I'm just like bored, I want to do competitive or anything. I'm good at it, so it's like, I'll do it. But then when that day came, when all the stuff just broke through, I'm like, well, this is just crazy. And I didn't abandon the game, but then I really thought about, man, I'm really gonna freaking buy Overwatch 2 now, and I'm probably gonna fall and be like, I probably will still play it. And I know some people are still going to too, but it's like one of those things like with J.K. Rowling, for instance. Like, she's trash. Yeah, you don't get it the same. Like, J.K. Rowling is trash, but I still like the Harry Potter franchise. Like, it's one of the, like, Chris...
See, I get that, but like, it's so weird to me because
it's also how like back in the, like with Chris Brown, like when he hit Rihanna, like people were still listening to Chris Brown. It was less, but they were still listening to him. But he came back from that anyway. So it's like, you gotta learn to I'm talking about learn to separate the artist from the art, but it's like
See, that's the thing. Like, it feels
I don't
completely
know.
different in comparison to the other stuff. Because, like, with J.K. Rowling and Harry Potter, it's so much easier to distance her from the series, especially when, like, you know what she does and what she feels only affect her and herself. Like, with a game studio, it's like that's multiple people, and it's not even like
Even though it's
like
multiple
they were
people,
just
though,
being
hold on one second.
racist. It was not even like they were just being like, and not that this is any better or anything, but like racist or doing stuff to themselves. They're doing it to their own coworkers within the environment, and I don't know why it. I'm not gonna say it feels worse, but it's
and to
definitely
me,
like just not easier to space out.
and I think it's what's gonna be weird. I don't think it is like I fear they may not have limited with the coaches either. They probably acted. They may have acted some sort of way outside of work too, where they probably harass some people, like just like people on their daily basis.
Yeah, see, that's the other thing too. They probably did. Cause like with J.K. Rowling, it's like, all right, with her opinion,
Come on,
like that's not gonna affect me. I don't, cause I
come on,
don't
dude.
care about her opinion. Her opinion doesn't change what the characters are, what the characters meant, and stuff like that. When you have a company that's like Activision, Blizzard, whereas like, especially with Blizzard's side of things, where they talk about how they were supporting the LGBTQ community
Hmm.
and Jack and all this other stuff, and like
Or back
first of
when they
all.
were I think it was like Hearthstone. Back when it was like, what was it, like was it
Oh, the China
Korea
thing?
or Hong
Oh,
Kong?
that was part of the reason why I stopped playing Overwatch in general. When I told you I was gonna stop playing Overwatch, and I would think about buying Overwatch 2, like it involved that aspect of it. I was like, I could not forget the situation and how they went about things going forward and stuff like that. That could not leave my mind. So that's part of why I stopped playing the game entirely too.
Gene pool too shallow, huh?
Now, granted, like, of course, it was like a different division of Blizzard, but even still, it's still, it was pretty much kept up throughout the entirety of their PR. So I'm just like, well, it's really, really unfortunate.
Yeah, especially because like
And
I just
plus,
want to make
oh, go
this
ahead.
I just want to make this good to our audience real quick. You know, I don't know if you can tell about how we sound, but we're all black. So if I'm hearing the company had a frat boy environment and they're doing all of this stuff as is, there's no way in hell I'm not gonna assume that some of them was probably saying some racist or doing some racial things. I'm just gonna put that out there.
Yeah, I never thought about it. You know, that's a
Um,
good point to make. I didn't even think about
pretty
that.
easy to pretty easy to assume
Mhm.
if they're going to go that forward.
Because like as far as
And
I'm
plus,
concerned,
it
like
would
compared to go ahead, no, go ahead.
I was gonna say like it doesn't help on Blizzard, and they a lot of their players are starting to get outed too,
Yeah,
for like abuse or sexual assault or anything like that.
Yeah. Cause
Like,
like oh my gosh, bro, they don't do nothing to relish some of these toxic ass environments they have in their games. Like I don't know if y'all have ever seen like what be said inside of like their online not forums but like their chats for games like not World of Warcraft. What's some of their fighting game not fighting games. Some of their other games that they have. Damn, I can't get the word together for it. Like if you just seen their lobbies where like people can talk to each other during games and stuff like that, like StarCraft and stuff like that, bro, it's horrible. It really is horrible. And people have went to
Like,
Blizzard about it, and they have not done anything to fix it or fix it at all.
or just like the toxicness that the game brings, or they get like
No,
real
the
toxicity.
people that play their games. Like, bro, I'm talking like racial slurs. I'm talking F-bombs being dropped. Like, when I say like
Like
the worst of
Xbox
Xbox
Live back in
Live,
like 2008.
it's worse than that.
Yep.
Worse than that.
You know what's bad too? The wild card devs too, and they don't really do much to really stop it either. If anything, a lot of times they make it worse. Cause like I'm the only person here who plays Ark, right?
That plays what?
And
Oh,
plays
Ark,
Survival, right?
yeah.
And pretty much it's like the base game is just mostly dinosaurs and stuff like that. But then they bring like wyverns into the mix, and it's like, what can a T-Rex really do to a wyvern? And and you could transfer this, like all this powerful DLC stuff, to like the basic maps. And there are people who are literally like just being like hella rude to all these new players, destroying everything they built. Like,
Yo,
imagine
Tessa.
Joseph. What's happening? Oh, Heisenberg. This is the podcast.
Podcast.
Oh, shoot, my fault. Got you,
Oh,
got
you
you.
good? You good? You good?
You gooch. You gooch. But like, and then like there's been like times where people have been in prison, abducted, stuff like that, or like people straight like they were as far as all you straight the hardy are if they really wanted to, and there's literally no way you could possibly stop because they have such a big arsenal, and there's nothing really much with like a T-Rex or a spear versus like a wyvern with a bunch of guns. Like they will actively bully these people. Or just start stuff for no reason.
Yeah.
Like, I say that's a lot of things that game companies tend to do. Is like sometimes they'll like there's toxins in the game community, and there's not really much to do about they can do about it. But it's the fact that they can make it worse too, and tend to not care about it either.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a whole situation. Like, especially that it would come out following that, like, was it early? Yeah, it would be earlier this year, because it was before they had their whole event. That earlier this year, that the whole thing with Ubisoft had came out. So it's like, you think you would see that and go, well, that could be us. Let's get it together. You know what I'm saying? Coffee, Ernest. Well, like, you think they see that and be like, oh, let's get ourselves together. We don't want to be that. But clearly, they did not care. And then on top of the fact that they try to downplay it and silence other people from speaking out about it too. Oh, they are a villain amongst villains.
You know, it's also low-key kind of bad. Like, it is to me, it's not as bad, but there's not much like much of a report system. Apex.
In what way?
Like,
In what regard?
Like, me and Heisen literally came across like a whole people they were teaming. We were in duos, and they were like in a whole team of 4.
Oh, yeah.
In Apex?
Yeah.
Oh, because you said you're playing duos. Okay.
Yeah, in a team of 4, and there was no report option or anything for it. And
Yeah, I don't know why
was,
Apex doesn't have that report option, bro.
if there is, see if there is, right? It won't even take you like to the report thing. It will take you to the profile.
Yeah.
Like the whole PlayStation profile, not even their Apex thing at all.
Yeah.
Like,
I really
like,
don't know how that has not been the added option with what they were doing.
But I guess that would still work though, because there's no cross progression, so it wouldn't be the same account.
Yeah,
So I mean, there wouldn't be a reason to like just do it to an Apex account, you know?
But Kerry, the thing too is like there was no option for teaming either.
No. I get that. I'm just saying because like if you go to the profile, right, and if it's to the PlayStation profile, I mean like by proxy, you would still like report them there, because since there's no cross progression, that shared account wouldn't be on any other console, you know? So it's like you're still getting them. Like if they play on a different account, then I sure, but if you still get them through PlayStation through that, then it's a less of a win, but it's still a win if you report them.
It's just like there's not too many options for like whether like to really report people, whether they're like cheating or not. And Apex is like one of the games that's known for people for cheating.
Yeah, but Apex is trash with people, so I mean.
That's nice.
I don't think there's any game like to me. It seemed like the only game that's good with people is what's that game called that it was like the dude from Walking Dead. He's like the main cover of it.
The dude from Walking Dead was the main cover.
You're not talking about Death Stranding.
Yeah, Death Stranding. I feel like that's the only game that'd be good with people, and that's because there's no way to recombat anybody. There's only ways to be constructive.
Oh,
Maybe, like,
okay.
someone.
Yeah, I forgot it has a multiplayer aspect.
Maybe mislead someone at best, but there's really not so much like that toxicness you can really pull off in that game.
No, that's because somebody's always gonna find a way to antagonize somebody if you give them the option.
Yeah, but there's no way to like directly compared to like most games.
Oh no, yeah. I hate you. But yeah, so it's a really shitty situation. People doing really shitty things. Like I said, I'm not gonna sit here and be like I can't believe this happened, but it's ridiculous that it is a thing that happened.
I think we're at this day and age now where companies are really starting to get like outed for their
Like
nonsense.
low key, to me, it's kind of like how nowadays when people get outed as being a pedo. I'm just like, bro, like, of course it's always gonna suck, but it's like, how many more of these freaks are there?
And why? Like why? What is it about young people that you feel like you need? I don't understand.
Especially like one that like shook me the most recently was Drake Bell.
What?
Now,
You didn't know about that?
okay. Now, it ended up being lighter than I initially thought, because I think from what I saw, it was more like emails and crap, and not like him touching someone. But even so, like, it's still
Okay, I was about
bad.
to say,
But like,
yeah. Even so, like the whole thing with EDP too. Like EDP is like I think everything that happened this year, somebody gets supposed to think EDP is probably the worst one of them all.
I don't know if I could say the worst, but quite possibly the most disturbing. Oh no,
Bro,
actually no, it would be the worst.
If you
Yeah, no, yeah,
read
you're
all the
right.
DMs and stuff,
Yeah, it's definitely the worst. It's definitely by far. That was horrendous.
Yeah, that's why I'm the type of person who's kind of against like hero worship or like linking up to your idols because you really don't know these people.
And then like on top of that, speaking of people who like they just be doing stuff, like not specifically in the pedo term, but they just be doing stuff to make you not like them anymore. Like Alfonso, I forgot his last name. The guy who played Carlton. Rivera, yes. He recently came out talking about how he didn't get enough support from black people for marrying his white wife. What? Like what
I'm
didn't
confused.
get enough. I know.
I did not know about that.
it was today.
I
It's
didn't know
today.
about it, but I can
Oh,
see
it is today. It was,
I mean, I wouldn't say that's enough to make me not like him, but that's kind of a dumb thing to say.
Yeah,
why you need support for it?
man, I'm at the point where it's like, bro, like, I feel like anytime you say something stupid, I just gotta not like you now. Cause if you're gonna say this, what's next?
Yeah, that's fair.
Well, it
I
could
mean,
have
it's not
been
for
more
everybody,
of a Terry
but,
Crews
like,
thing.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm not gonna say for everybody, but like for Carlton of all people, at like how old you are after all this time, you choose now to speak up about something like this, and this of all things, like would you? What? What?
Oh, and speaking of like, because like, let's transition to another thing too about companies. Because I feel like we should went into this next. I forgot about it. The Black Widow versus Disney. I mean, not Disney. Scarlett Johansson versus Disney. I messed up so bad.
I mean, it's the
So
same
bad.
person. It's not even that bad.
You know what I mean.
Yeah, yeah.
Disney. I feel like Disney know damn well exactly what they were doing when they did that because
Well,
if you look
Disney's
at how many
always
things
dirty. That's blood money.
like. Suppose like some people don't know. Like, wasn't Walt Disney known to be a racist at one point? You know what? Let me
Of
get
course. Yeah, he's notorious racist.
Yes.
Oh,
Have you seen The Sound of
old
Music?
cartoon. Oh yeah, the cartoons,
The,
bruh.
the beginning of Dumbo, a bunch of black people singing about being slaves.
All right, now
They have to delete some stuff off of movies to hide the racism.
Yeah. They don't even discuss Sound of Music anymore. They don't even
like,
talk about it.
Yeah, you know what? Now I kind of like want to go on a rant about like the dark side of Disney now.
We could do it, but after we finish this main point, though.
Yeah.
So,
we'll lead up to that.
as per reasoning, for those who don't know, Scarlett Johansson has decided to sue Disney for I don't know who knows as how much money or so, claiming a breach of contract for the fact that Black Widow is supposed to be purely a theatrical release, but Disney ended up releasing it in theaters and on Disney Plus at the same time, and Scarlett had a deal in for a good amount of the money that she was supposed to get to come in for the theatrical release. So you could imagine it being released on Disney Plus and in theaters at the same time would have cut into the amount of money that she can get, because people don't gotta go to movies to watch it. What I've also
And I,
seen, and I don't know how much about this. Sorry to interrupt you, say, but I don't know how
go
much
ahead.
about this specifically. But from what I saw, is Disney responded back by saying that she committed a breach of contract by showing callous disregard for the showing and quote starting open quotes, callous disregard for the horrific and prolonged global effects of the COVID-19 pandemic, ending quote. So I don't know how much of that is real. I haven't heard if Scarlett Johansson responded to that with anything. Disney hasn't said exactly what she did that would lead them to say this. So I'm just leaving that there. Go ahead.
See, I feel like them saying that is just like them trying to get back at her for kind of being pissed about the movie being on Disney Plus.
I'm sure that's how most people see it. Or them trying to just
Like,
cover up the fact that they did it.
Not saying
because do you think it's something that they would brought up if this whole thing didn't happen?
No.
Because when what's her face, the chick from the Mandalorian.
Oh.
I know what you're talking about.
The one that
The one that was anti-vax and all that.
Yeah,
And yeah.
because they outed her so they were done with her so fast. If Scarlett Johansson really said something, they should have jumped on it at that
Well,
point.
I don't know if she said anything about it. More so, I think it's just they're talking about how she acted during the time, so she might have been like not wearing any mask during certain points and stuff like that.
Also, to be fair, Tay, it's Scarlett Johansson versus this person.
yeah.
Even so,
She's one of the richest females in history.
But my thing is, though, if it
I wouldn't say
really,
this person.
I'm saying, Kyrie, if it really mattered to them, they would have said it, they would have addressed it.
Well,
when
of course,
happening.
Tay, ideally, but it's a company.
I honestly think, if they cared, what I'm saying is, if they really cared about it, they should have just addressed it then. That's what I'm trying to say, they're just doing just to get back at her for being pissed about the whole, release on Disney Plus. I'm not saying I get why it probably wasn't dealt with then. I'm just saying in hindsight, it mattered.
No.
It's just a point I'm trying to make, or perspective thing.
Well, the way I see it is, I mean, as Tay said, if they really cared about her being, quote unquote callous and disregarding about COVID-19, they would have addressed it there. I'm pretty sure they watched it. Okay, I'm not gonna say I'm pretty sure because I don't know, but it seems like something they saw happen, and they kept it in the tuck because they knew they was gonna do the theatrical and the Disney Plus release. They was like, all right, well, if she say something about it or try to sue her as she is now, bam, she showed disregard towards COVID, so her suing is invalid. Something like that. It would. I'm not gonna say that's what happened, but it's not gonna surprise me if they did.
I'm pretty sure that's what happened. Because or at the very least, because ever since I was doing media studies stuff in college, right before I dropped it to focus more on drama, I can see the several layers of labor that goes through when making a lot of media, right? So when people were complaining about how stuff would be on Disney Plus for whatever amount of money, I'm like, no, I can definitely see it, because while movie theaters were closed and stuff, right, or at the very least when there was still very, very, very few openings, they gotta make that money back somehow. It's a very tedious process with all the things you have to deal with the budget and all of that. So I was in favor of them charging whatever amount of money they were doing on Disney Plus, or I think it was Mulan before all that stuff came out about
it was Mulan.
Whatever. After that stuff came out, I was like, yeah, that's pretty trash with the actress and everything. But I understood the mindset. And
which stuff with the actress? Hold on, which stuff with the actress?
Something about labor or whatever country. Maybe China. I don't remember, but None of those details I can really recall right now.
Alright.
But even with like Riot the Last Dragon and whatever, I was like, you know, fine. I still stand by it because we're still in a pandemic. You know, it's pretty trash out here. Now, in this case, had nothing else been said about it, I would have thought nothing about them putting it on Disney Plus and the actual releases. But once all this did happen, I'm like, alright, this is actually kind of trash. Because if the contract explicitly says that, you know, like, she would get bonuses due to ticket sales and all that, then I'm like, well, you're messing with this chick's money. Like, and despite people talking about, man, she's a billionaire, I'm like, hey, it's money. I know if you was a billionaire, you'd be talking about your money too.
Okay.
And plus, too, making those movies are stressful, and I think she
And she's an actress. Being on set is so heavy on you. Because if you do the slightest thing wrong, take it back from the beginning. You don't need that hot light the entire time. Like, people have to set up all over again. You are expected to get it right every single time, despite reshoots. It's like, it's a very bad process. So I can feel for her.
And if you think about this too, Kerry, she made the most I think she made the most appearances in the MCU so far.
Let me think on it.
Because she was in
Iron Man 2, Avengers. She's not in Iron Man 3. Avengers 1, Avengers 2, Avengers 3, Avengers 4.
I think she was in 3 of the Captain America movies. No, 2 of the Captain America movies. 2 of the Captain America.
2. What is that, 7 in total so far? That's the Iron Man 2 Captains, 4 Avengers, her own movie, that gives her 8. She might have it. She might.
Like, I don't even think Nick Fury made this many appearances, and then like, and you would think.
Hold on now. Relax.
No, it's a possibility. If it's not as much, it's definitely a tie.
Because with Nick Fury, you got Iron Man 2, Iron Man, Captain America 2, Avengers 1. Was he in Avengers 2? He's in Avengers 2? Yeah, he's in Avengers 2. He was at the end. He shows up with S.H.I.E.L.D. at the end.
Yeah, he was at the end, yeah.
Avengers 2.
Maybe he does have the most.
He's in Infinity War. I don't think he made an appearance in Endgame. Unless it was at the end. Yeah, it was at the end. Tony Stark's funeral.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
That's Captain Marvel. So that's all 4 Avengers. I'm pretty sure it's all 3, if not 2 of the Iron Mans. It will be all 2 Captain Americas. Nick Fury definitely got more. Unless Black Widow's in something I'm not forgetting. Because, like, that's not even including the... Because, like I said, you still got Captain Marvel that Nick Fury is in, too. Spider-Man.
No, Captain Marvel I didn't know about because I didn't watch it. I will never watch it.
He's literally the side man, the right-hand man in that movie. He's just, like, the co-lead. Pretty much, right after Captain Marvel.
You didn't see the trailers for it? You see it, man.
Yeah. He's young Nick Fury. But, so yeah. So unless Scarlet isn't something else that I'm not remembering right now, which I don't think she was, it's still Nick Fury.
Alright.
Samuel Jackson.
But she still has a good amount of appearances, and again, that has to be stressful.
Yeah, she might just have the second most.
And plus, I'm trying to peep a little bit. Like, those who've been in the MCU long enough, a good portion of them don't want to go back. Like Chris Evans, like he's the one who plays Captain America. Wait, which one plays Captain America?
It's Chris Evans.
He was talking about, like, he almost didn't take it because the idea of, like, having to do, like, back-to-back movies in a 10-year span was just terrifying.
But that's understandable, because, like, when you're an actor, right, you never want to be typecasted, right? Because then you get less opportunities to do stuff.
Yeah.
To be fair, Chris Evans would have been typecasted before he did Captain America.
But even so, that's a major commitment, because you don't know if things are going to flop, how much labor you're still going to do, if you want to take up other stuff later on, because then you can't, like, change your diet, you can't invest with everything.
And plus the fact, like, too, like, some of those scenes you had to work out, or do like some sort of like workout before they start scene. Like when they did the scene of him coming out of the pod, he had to do he had to work out his body before he did that scene just so his muscles would pop.
Well,
once he came out that pod.
I would think that would be for any kind of movie that would involve a character like that. Like you're not gonna have
You another example?
But that's still
Thor
like
come in and be like not in shape.
Still, that's still like a whole lot of work, though.
I'm not saying it's not, but I'm saying like you would know the expectation before you agree to that.
He did, and I don't think that's probably one of the reasons why he doesn't want to do it again.
And like even on top of that, like Chris Evans, it's like Chris Evans was out of shape before he did it. Like he was a solid
but that's
build.
one aspect for it though. It's like
no, yeah, I'm just talking specifically on this aspect.
And plus, like the person who didn't mind like doing a back-to-back movie, as far as I'm aware, was Michael B. Jordan because after Creed was done, he was recruited for Black Panther.
Did he do a back-to-back movie? He only did Black Panther, didn't he?
And I have to mute myself for a minute, but
Yeah,
what I was trying to make. Look at freaking actors like Cuba Gooding Jr. He did a couple bad movies now. When's the last time you saw him?
Who?
Okay, to be fair, that wasn't a series though.
Wait,
It's a series, but it's still like that's the
Cuba Gooding
like,
Jr.
Like
And he's back now.
you ever seen Snow Dogs, Tay?
It's hazy, very hazy.
Yeah, you don't know who Cuba Gooding Jr.
The guy
is?
from that.
I'm sure
Nah, I forget
he
his
was in
name
one of the
sometimes.
Disney movies.
Did
Oh,
you
that's
see?
true. Yeah, I forgot.
Did you see they camp?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
You know that? Okay.
yeah. Don't worry about it.
No, I would expect somebody to see that more than I would expect them to see Snow Dogs.
Because I don't remember they came, but I just know that he was there because I remember the poster very vividly.
Yeah. He was funny in that.
And
But
I
yeah,
also,
like Cuba just took bad movie choices. I don't think that's a wholly fair comparison.
Well, but you see, you wouldn't really know that in hindsight for some things.
Yeah, but like taking a bunch of
when you're
bad
an
movies
actor,
in a
you're
row.
gonna want to take roles to get your name out there.
Okay, but taking a bunch of bad roles in a row is completely different than signing a contract to do a bunch of movies that you're not sure is gonna succeed or not.
Yeah, but then there's also the fact that now you're tied to this one specific project when you don't know if there are any production issues, if my catches a lawsuit, health hazards. There are now things that you can't do because you're stuck to this one thing.
And that wasn't for them. That was for like 10 years.
I still don't think it's a fair one-to-one comparison because like it'd be different if you're talking about like lesser film production companies and stuff like that. Like I'm sure those contracts for Chris Evans and a lot of everybody else was after Iron Man 1 was out, and it's probably Iron Man 2 to be honest.
Oh yes, but it's still that like once when they were doing MCU stuff from early on, they were like, all right, if we're gonna go big, we need you to sign this contract because this is a very long-term thing. Like even when they were doing like stuff like Shrek, you know, like I'm almost certain that like to get the VAs and stuff, they weren't like doing tied down things. They were like, listen, if you do this movie, and then once there were talks about them doing the sequels and all that, they contact them. If they're able to do it, if not, they recast. Like, and we all know how the first two Shreks went. The three and four are up in the air, but like even so, like these projects for things are tedious. So for Scarlett Johansson, right, to be promised of all the time they've been with her at that.
Yeah, definitely off a base off a loyalty basis like that. I definitely say it's definitely hella fucked up. Like she done did all of this for you. Y'all just gonna choose to do what y'all did. Like that's hella fucked up. Like, y'all be lucky if she ever chose to come back, which she would be well within her right to not do so.
And then even as an example, because like even when we were watching that movie on HBO with freaking Denzel Washington, the well whatever, the one with freaking Jared Leto in it, like even he was upset by some of the things that the deal between him and HBO did. So they renegotiated, and everything was settled after that. Like Disney is usually in a position to do that thing. And while it's still early in the process, I'm almost certain they probably won't for a while. And even people like Emma Stone now, who just finished doing freaking 101 Dalmatians, are now thinking about looking at what happened with Disney.
You think about what with Disney?
Because after Scarlett Johansson sued Disney, Emma Stone and some other actresses are now re-looking at their deals with Disney.
Oh, I mean, like, I could definitely see why they would be after the situation, but like, I can only say this as a person who's outside looking in, because we know what we know about Disney, which we could talk about, take one to talk about, we could do afterwards. But like, Disney ain't no holy company. They do family movies, but they ain't family friendly people. You know what I'm saying? So like, I definitely would have been like, if I took a deal with Disney, I would be like watching my back every 5 seconds. I never wholly trust them. Cause like, we know what we know. You know what I'm saying?
And from the outside looking in, right? Like, what is everybody's like view on this? Because for me, it ultimately looks like Disney's trying to finesse some of these actors.
I mean, it's not just really surprising that they would.
What about you,
It's
Gary?
not that they're trying to finesse them, it's just that they can, because it's Disney.
And what about you,
Like,
Ernest?
the Disney has transcended what it means to be a monopoly.
Say what you said again.
Oh wait, let Gary finish.
Well, I'm done now.
Oh, so pretty much, what do you think on this whole thing on the outside looking in? Ernest, if you weren't paying attention, we have the right to make funny release free episode.
No, I was, but understand, I'm not like you're not the only one that I'm dealing with, right?
For viewer purposes, Ernest, like the rest of us, live with his parents, and Ernest's parents is hilarious. Well, his mom is hilarious, but Ernest has to deal with his parents. So he says he's not the only one that he has to deal with. He's talking about his parents.
But what was your viewpoint on the outside looking in with this whole Scarlett Johansson and Disney sitch?
If you're able to answer.
Oh, he's gone. Folks, you have it. Folks, you have it. We can make fun for 3 episodes. You have it right here.
We can get into. I don't know if I want to do the underbelly of Disney right now or save it for a different one, so we can get to some of these other ones. We'll save the underbelly of Disney for a different one.
Cause there's one case, like one Disney actor that I really want to talk about.
Cool.
And go ahead.
The guy who played Eddie, Orlando.
Orlando Brown?
Yeah.
And you can't just say Eddie, my nigga. You gotta.
I said the actor who did play Eddie. Like, I was trying to think of his name. Like, it is Orlando. Like, I did say Orlando. I didn't know his last name was Brown.
At first I thought you was confusing him with Orlando Bloom. I was like, you mean Orlando Bloom, nigga?
Oh, no.
But yeah, go ahead.
I just feel so bad for him, because, like, people, like, because he's not the only one that this happened to, where they had a falling out with the movie company, and they just go, like, spiraling off the rails. Like, there's a show, I'm gonna look more into it, but there was a show where most of these actors, their story is not so different from Orlando Brown's, but for some reason, people find the way to, like, feel the need to laugh at him when he's struggling with these drug addictions. Like, I feel like he was missed out. Like, a lot of these people were missed out on the childhood and being finessed by these companies, and that sometimes, like, their parents just lost sight of them being children and and giving them, like, a very much adult work at a young age. And, like, the fact that he's doing things, yes, I get it. It's like, you know, it's out of the norm, but it's like, that's not okay for you to be laughing at him like this. Like, dude is, like, struggling. With his mental and his drug problems.
Listen, to that I would say, in all fairness, we laugh at regular crackheads on the street. Not justifying it, I'm just saying comparatively, you know. And then on top of that, when he did the come on, bro, like come on, Tay, you can't tell me that that wasn't fucking hilarious. Like it's not okay that he was in that shape,
Nah,
but
but see, here's how I see it. Here's how I see it, Eli.
so funny.
Like, if you see this dude literally, like, I can't remember, I don't know what he was doing. I think he was in the bong of some sort, and people were just like looking for ways to like, and this is like when like I think this happened after like a year or two after,
Mm,
and they were just clowning it. When it's like, dude literally made a whole appearance on Dr. Phil, so Dr. Phil, I don't even think Dr. Phil could even help him.
mm.
And
Like
even
it'd be
then,
different if
when
like they're going out their way to find him to make fun of him. Like that's completely different. I mean, I know some people
do
did.
that.
No,
Some
I know
people,
for
some
sure,
people did.
For sure, some people did. I definitely don't agree with that. I just mean specifically some of the stuff that he did. That he did. That was funny. Cause like he agreed to do the interview that he did, where he did the bop thing.
Oh, he definitely did. But it's the fact like and then like he's like there was
Y'all
a
continue to
live
make
he had.
conversation. I'll be back.
Like he had a live where his baby mamas were him and his baby moms were arguing, and they were literally just endorsing this shit the entire time, and they just clowning them. Where it's like these people were clearly not good for each other, and it may lead into a situation, and y'all just keep laughing about it until it's all fun and games until somebody gets hurt.
Well, you see, Terry, of course it is, but you know people don't care.
Nah, because there's like people like because like if he were to die tomorrow,
Yeah, and people would feel bad,
and
but
people
it's
would
not
say
going
like
to happen until it happens.
it just sucks that it takes that much for it to happen.
So is
For people to actually like not just to not clown him.
that's just freaking how internet is. Don't care until it takes a life.
The same thing happened to freaking Chadwick. Look at him. People was coming at him for looking the way he was in the last couple of months. And look
Yeah,
what
that
happened.
happened. Yeah, or X too. And I remember like I had a whole argument because remember we had that whole like domestic violence case.
You gotta be specific on that one.
It was like his girlfriend. Like pretty much like she did drop the charges on him. I don't know the specifics of the case, but eventually it was dropped. Maybe Eli knows more about it more than I do.
Which case?
But the whole thing with X
And his
with the
girlfriend?
domestic violence, yeah.
Man, he ain't even get he didn't even really get charged for that. Like people saw the case and they don't know the underlying of it. Not that I'm gonna justify any man putting his hands on a woman, but the relationship that they had, not like I said, don't agree with it, but they would both do stuff to each other. She would attack him, he would attack her. That's how they worked. I don't agree with that. As I said, I don't stand by that. But like a lot of people see it and they just assume that he beat her just because he beat her. They don't know about the stuff like she threw like a hot iron comb at him and stuff like that, and she tried to stab him. They don't know about all. They don't never look into all of that. They don't bother to hear all that.
You know what? People are saying the same thing about Alberto and Paige, but my point with that is like.
Well, no. Alberto Del Rio said that. He specifically said that. That's
No, you're talking about the most recent thing, right? But they were talking about, right?
Yeah. Like what he has said that Paige would attack him, but I didn't hear other people saying like, oh, yeah, she would attack him all the time too. So I don't know.
Because apparently there was a sort of disclosure clause, I think. But my point in that is like, what I was talking about X is like a lot of people forgave until after he died.
I still would debate on that.
Because in my thing too, I had to argue with some people on this. Like, I wasn't agree with what he did, but it's like but like a lot of people, you were the same people who still listen to Chris Brown. Like, these were the same people that don't support with me, but like you say that, but you happily listen to Chris Brown, no problem. As far as like, even simping for him.
Yeah, I would say if you're gonna crucify one, you need to crucify everybody in the list. Like, don't pick favorites.
and that one was actually like proven. Like people were like dipped on Johnny so fast when his case came up.
Man, I ain't want to talk
And,
about that, bro.
and he even did you hear what freaking the director said today
What director of what?
for Aquaman 2?
Oh, let's hear.
That Amber Heard is necessary for further vision, and he is not going to fire her because of Johnny Depp's fans.
And, it sucks to me. The writer for Fantastic Beasts or the company that handles that does not have the same energy for Johnny Depp at all.
Of course.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, and of course, I think it came off a little wrong from what he said. I think he meant to say, he said because of Johnny Depp's fans. I think he didn't want to mean. I don't think he meant to say that he's not going to do it because of them. I think he meant to say he's not going to do it because they want him to. Because, like, I get it. They're not part of the artistic vision, but keep the same energy. Like, this chick literally was shown in broad daylight doing these things to him. And where's the repercussions at? It's like, us males gotta face this on a daily basis because we could easily just get blamed for something and then we get crucified.
Yeah.
You know what? And you know what? I feel like this is about to go into a direction.
Reputation
Go ahead.
online.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Let me re-edit what I said. I made sure to do my research. So I was incorrect. It's not that he wasn't charged. It was that upon his death, his cases were closed. But other than that, his cases were still open while he was alive.
Got you. You know what? We could save this whole thing for another episode because I feel like this particular topic deserves an episode of itself.
Oh, for sure. We could definitely save that. So we can move on to the next topic then. This one, oh boy, it has become even more than what it was when it started.
Which one?
Dababy.
I did not think it would get this big. I don't know what he said because I saw it on Snap first, and you know how Snap like sometimes they tend to over exaggerate things on the little story. So I thought it was like just them like tweaking out. Now I didn't think it was that it was like that deep.
Nah,
I don't know.
it
Again, I don't know
got
what he
bigger.
said.
Like it was already a situation.
We were just on Chris Brown. He put out a statement. Was it yesterday on his IG story? And people were like, "Man, this man's down so bad. We're agreeing with Chris Brown now."
Like
I'm just like, all right.
It was a situation when it happened, but it literally got even bigger and worse because of T.I. and Little Boosie.
Well, what did they do?
Boosie, I think the Boosie thing came out today.
Let me start with what happened. So at the end of Dababy's concert, not at the end of the Dababy concert, Dababy was performing at Rolling Loud, and during his concert, he has said, "If you don't got HIV or AIDS and you clean tonight, put your hands up," which was already strike one tonight in some people's eyes. Well, we'll get into breakdown after. I'm just get to what he said.
Okay.
And then he said,
he
said, if you, I don't know if I can say this on Twitch, but if your Jaja smell like water, smell like clean water, or is it clean water or water? It was I think it's just a water. Ladies, put your hands up.
Well,
And he said, fellas, if you're not sucking, in the parking lot. Fellas, put your hands up. And then those statements is what got people. Now we can start with people already offended by the HIV and AIDS part because it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like you shouldn't denounce people because they have HIV or AIDS. Not everybody asks for it. You know what I'm saying? Some people weren't out here trying to get it. You know what I'm saying? Some people, unfortunately, could have been molested and whatnot. Some people, their partner didn't tell them certain things. So you shouldn't denounce people because they have said things.
Especially, and plus it's like, I think like there's safety precautions now where they can I think there's like a medicine where they can be sexually active and the symptoms can be repressed, where they can be like passed
Yeah,
on to their partner.
they definitely have that now. So like, I get what he was trying to go for. I get his intent, but what he said was not okay. Then
And what did Ti or Boosie or any other
hold on, 'cause
shoplifters?
I gotta, because that's not really what got people mad. It got people mad. It's not what got people mad. So it's the final part where he says, "Fellas, if you wasn't sucking in the parking lot, put your hands up." That's what people got mad. Sucking the stick work, Ernest.
No. It's just that I didn't realize
He
you
did
meant to
say it,
repeat that on
but
purpose.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So yeah,
That's
so
on me.
people took that as to, obviously as him being homophobic. So that's what people really got mad about. It's like, oh, you're being homophobic now and stuff like that, because why couldn't a guy do that in the parking lot? You know what I'm saying? So that's what we got mad about. Then took it to the next level. T.I., you do so much for the community, but then you're saying you do things. I can't be rocked with, or they just don't make no sense as to why you're saying or doing it. He said, if Lil Nas X
Oh no.
can go and do all the gay stuff that he's doing, why can't Dababy be free to say what he said?
That's
Okay.
And I'm gonna come back to it to make sure I have the accurate
Now,
statement of
if
what
that's
he
what
said.
was said, I understand. I see where he's going from. I don't agree. I see what he's trying to say, but that's not the point.
That's completely
It's
the
not a good
wrong
point
way
to
to
make.
say it.
Exactly.
I don't even
and I'm
think
gonna
it's
say this- and
the
I'm gonna say
right
this
way
one
to say
thing,
it.
too.
Okay.
And let me say this one thing.
There
Mind
is, but I mean, like,
Yo, Carrick, let me say this one thing too. Just one quick thing. Now, mind you, like everything everything that's going on with Lil Nas X is not stuff that this stuff that the baby said. But everything that's going on with Lil Nas X is something that's always happening to Lil Nas X. From what I'm seeing, like a
Tay, real
majority
quick.
of stuff
Let me add
happening
on
to
real
him.
quick. So after the baby said the thing about sucking and peeing in the parking lot, his hype man also interjected and said, "Some of y'all niggas suspect as a mud effort. Let's be real." So his hype man had also said that. Yeah.
See,
You go ahead
now,
now.
yeah, that's all I have to say is mind you, this is stuff the baby said. This is something he actively did. Everything that comes out of Lil Nas said is something that's stuff that's actively happening to him on a day to day. Like he put a video out, he complained about him just for being an artist. He did it in the what was it, the BET Award where he kissed some dude on stage.
Yeah. Wait, real quick, Tay. Here, I got the. Let me just. I got the exact quote
Go
for
ahead.
Ti. If you don't have Lil
what I'm saying
Nas,
that though, am I making sense? Oh,
yeah.
okay. What?
He said, if you're gonna have the Lil Nas X video, and he's referring to Montero when he said it, Lil Nas X video and him living his truth, you're gonna damn sure have people like Dababy who are gonna speak their truth. Ain't nothing wrong with none of it. It ain't gotta be no hate. It's all honesty. Everybody living it in their truth. That's what he said.
No.
I get what he's going for,
Appaloosa.
but it's the way he put it. I think where it's where people are having real gripe with right now.
I don't even think it's really a one-to-one comparison. I get what you're trying to say.
It's definitely not one-to-one, but put it in this context, right? Let's not talk about sexuality. Put it in race.
Oh wait, real quick. This is what Little Boosie said, because Little Boosie has said afterwards.
Yeah.
He
I
said,
think Lil Boosie probably said something real
man, first of all, I don't even know why anybody surprised by what Little Boosie said since what Little Boosie been saying for a long time. I don't know what people want from this man, but whatever. He said everybody ain't want their nephew sucking dick. Not everybody with that.
Yo,
you just can't. I'm trying my best. You just can't put that on everybody and expect it to be cool. Lil Nas X said he want to perform naked on stage for charity. You don't with him like you with the baby. Be even sided. You don't feel that's disrespect? Going dance naked. You don't think that's disrespect in front of boys who trying to be straight? It's totally disrespectful. It's totally disrespectful. Sorry,
What?
Because Lil Nas X wanted to dance naked for charity, but he's like,
his point is where I'm like,
I mean,
the little boy's trying to be straight.
I'm so confused by this.
I get what Little Boosie is trying to say.
No, to me it makes no sense.
He's like you don't think it's like any guy that's trying to be straight. You think they want to see a man dancing naked in front of them? You don't think that's disrespect?
Just don't go.
Well, I don't know. I don't know specifically what the event would have been. But you said Lil Nas X dancing naked for charity. So I don't know if it's a charity event that would just have Lil Nas X or if it would be multiple artists. Like if it was just Lil Nas X, then I would be like, yeah, don't go. But if it was like multiple artists,
but if they knew he would be doing it at that point in time, you know.
Well, yeah, that's the other thing. I'm not sure if he's saying this post the event that happened or pre the event that happened. And if it's post, then that's different. If it's pre, and you knew he was going to be naked, then it was like, yeah, don't go.
To me, either way, it's dumb. Either way, what he said, what Boosie said, was just dumb. Because all you gotta do is just not go. If you don't mess with Lil Nas, don't go. Just do not go. Especially if you know like what the kind of time he's on.
And I know Lil Nas X responded to both of them. I don't know what he has said.
And it's crazy that he has to diffuse or deflect so much what everybody has to say about him. Literally, like with the whole BT thing, sure, whatever, you do that in the pro. People loved it when Justin Timberlake, was it Justin Timberlake who ripped off Janet Jackson's top?
It was Justin Timberlake.
I
can't
heard
speak on that.
Yeah,
I was too young.
He did apologize for it last year, early this year for it.
I think it was a while ago. Oh,
I know it was a recent thing where he apologized for actually doing that on stage.
Man, I don't know what these people want, bro. Like, I just don't know, bro. Like, I don't think, obviously, the baby, alright, so just focusing specifically on the baby. As a nigga from the hood, I'm not gonna say because me specifically, but I know how niggas who grow up in the hood be thinking. And I understand where he was coming from when he said that. I don't agree with it, but I definitely understand the mentality that he was in when he said it. And I get what he was going for with the audience interaction and whatnot. And some people were like, oh, because I had watched Kevin on stage and that chick Angel talk about it. And they were like, they're from the era where people would go, ladies make some noise, fellas make some noise. And I do definitely think at that time it was definitely like that. But I definitely think towards at least in the early 2000s and stuff like that, when people were doing concerts, I definitely think people were like, hey, if you wasn't fucking, you know what I'm saying, make some noise, you know what I'm saying, or if you just got some last night, make some noise. I'm sure that was intended towards fellas, but because with the hip hop mindset, it would definitely be straight men and straight women per se in the audience. But we're not in that time. This is different times, bro. You have to know there's gay people, and there's people that's gonna be fans of yours that's gay. You know what I'm saying? So even if you go for audience interaction, at the very least he could have said, straight niggas, if you wasn't sucking in the parking lot, make some noise. And he'd be like, gay? if you was sucking in the parking lot, make some noise. Like, you know, then you got something for everybody. You're diversified. You know what I'm saying? You didn't assume everybody there was straight and then suck. You know what I'm saying? But like, yeah, there's definitely better. Even besides that, there's better things he could have chose to do the interaction he was trying to do. What he said was hopefully ignorant, especially of today's standards and whatnot.
It definitely is, and it's like people need to understand. It's like you need to not judge people for their sexual preferences, and just judge them who they are as a person. Like being gay is not a personality, or determines who they are. It's literally just a sexual preference, and you shouldn't base on somebody just for a preference.
At the very least, he could have like joked about it, been like, "You shouldn't be sucking in a parking lot, but a 5-star hotel." You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. I would say the same thing for women. Like, ladies, if you ain't in a parking lot because somebody got you a 5-star hotel, make some noise. Like, you know what I'm saying? Step your game up with it. You know what I'm saying? But like, and like, Kyrie, Ernest, your opinions on what the baby says? Just specifically the baby for now.
I don't blame him for what he says. It's not right that he said it, but you know, if we're going with the assumption that, you know, he was just part of that time and he's still stuck in the time where like it would be socially acceptable to say that, because, you know, and then yeah, because I'm not saying this how can I say this
Without getting
in the
canceled.
nicest way possible without making me sound mean or
Without getting canceled.
no, not even that, because it's a time frame where people are very hypersensitive about just anything that could be said about them, regardless of how, if it was aimed at them or not.
Right.
And you know, it's unfortunate that you have to. I'm sorry about that. It's unfortunate that you have to work around that, because, but at the same time, you should also work on yourself and not say these things that are just straight up mean. But you know, it's very easy to be mean. It's very easy to be mean. What?
It's your choice of wording.
Straight up mean.
You sound like a second grader.
Say, man, I'm trying because like I'm dancing. Like I said, it's difficult to like say what you want to say without someone taking
offense to it.
Like taking it like
or
too far.
to the extreme. Yeah, and
you know, that is an unhealthy balance on the internet where it's like, say if you have something justifiable, but then at the same time they'll take it to an extreme. Like there's no healthy balance to it. It's always at such a big extreme.
There's always gonna be something.
You know?
Exactly.
But Kyrie,
Sorry in advance for blasting.
I mean, he couldn't pick nothing else to say.
I know, and I feel like whoever I don't know if he has a PR agent. If he doesn't, he needs one, because like his apology on Twitter was so bad. Like, I don't even want to say it's an apology, really, but like whatever he was trying to say in defense was it was really bad. He was talking about what I say during the concert is for my fans there, and you know what I'm saying, that's none of your business. It's between me and my fans there specifically. It's not meant for y'all. And I was like, bro, that's not gonna help your case.
You see that part of it? That's where I'm like,
see about the people who were your fans. What about that one?
Yeah, then I'm like, are you assuming that there was no gay people there at your concert? Like, do you not?
Yeah,
You was going with straight people?
Because like I said, like he was performing at Rolling Loud, so it's like, bro.
Like, imagine the people who are gay and that supported you since the very jump. And
It's
then
like
it's like you like, and then like in their heads, like, yo, you want, like, you're out here like just dissing me for my sexual preference. Like, that's how they see it in their eyes. Like, you just don't want. It seems like from that last thing you said, it just feels like it's meant for my fans. Like, you can't. Like, you made it seem like you can't be gay and be a fan of mine. This way, to me, is like what it sounded like.
It's statistically impossible. Like, literally, all people who listen to mom music, they know who I am. They rock with me. I'm like, are you sure? Are you sure this is the case, sir? It's like,
Cause like I said,
of course, we're all the baby says is trash, but it's like what Ti said that gets me.
I know. I want to get to it, but I just want to close out. Wait, I just want to close out on the baby real quick. It's like if he made it about being like you sucked in a poor state and like you didn't, it wasn't in a better place, that'd be different. But he made it seem like sucking in general was a bad thing, which is.
And you see, another part of that, Eli, is in with freaking being sensitive, because you see, it's definitely annoying to not. Now, granted, of course, yes, like I said, you should absolutely practice something, but freaking, it's absolutely annoying to have to like balance between being sensitive and just saying what you wanted to say, and like. What would be a good example? Now, of course, like how from what I'm understanding.
I have an example for you. So, like, when we grew up, you know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of things when you be like, bruh, that's gay. Like, you know what I'm saying? But, like, you can't just, like when you grew up and you used to saying it, and it's a natural part of your vocabulary, the same way people say nigga, or like when people from New York be like that's OD or stuff like that. Like, it's not something that's just like easy to just take out your vocabulary immediately because certain people aren't offended by it.
It does remind me when they were, I forgot what commercial it was that, I think it was maybe smoking, but it was when the freaking, you say that's so gay. Do you mean what you say? Shut your mouth. Oh my god. Yeah, that was running for years, from like middle school up until like early high school. And I don't want to remember what happened to those commercials.
I don't even remember that.
Yeah, and obviously, like, there are people that just really mean it, and like, we won't talk about those people. But there's people that don't mean it, and it's just why, like, that's just how we grew up, and with the words, not the mentality.
Yeah, like for people I would assume around our age, like you didn't grow up thinking about it because you dislike people or you just hated gay people or anything that's gay. You know what I'm saying? That was just a casual terminology. The same way people say "cuh" or like I said, like when people say that's OD or that's mad stupid, and people are like, why do you say mad? You just know what it is. It's mad stupid.
You see, like, that's a northeastern.
Oh, for sure.
Adjective.
Yeah. But like, you know what I'm saying? No, like, we didn't grow up as kids saying, "Oh, that's gay," with the intent to harm gay people. Like, we know now, you know what I'm saying, it's different. But yeah, like I said, like, it's not like doing it for so long. It's not always something that's easy to just take out your vocabulary. And I'm not justifying people saying it or using it the way it's supposed to be used. You know what I'm saying? But like, people don't just, I don't know. But like I said, the baby, like, with what he said, I understand that sentiment or whatever, but like, you gotta know the times we in. You gotta know that things is different. You gotta know. He said he knew his audience, but I don't know. I can't speak on that, but like, you just gotta know. You have to be aware. And I'm not saying like you gotta you can't step on toes, but like you just gotta know, bro.
And plus, on top of that too, if he said like, yo, plus that probably would have worked on his side if it was just like, hey, this is for my fans to talk to on this lot or anything. That you chose to speak to the general masses.
Yeah.
At that point.
Yeah, back to that. Like, it was rolling loud. It's a big audience. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you look at who's performing. When you look at who's performing, you gotta know not that entire audience was gonna be straight. I mean, not that any entire audience is gonna be straight, but you gotta know.
Like, and it's not just that. It's like you can't just have something for specific people. That's like no different from like to me seeing like want some form of segregation back. Like if you just want a specific group of people and just out a certain culture or anybody for any personal preference.
Right. But on to the second part is, Kyrie, you go ahead and say what you felt about what T.I. said.
Like, literally just replace sexuality with race and see how bad that sounds.
Man.
Like, that's like if someone had said, Man, that's because, man, if somebody says they don't like white people, then what's wrong with saying somebody don't like no black person? It's like, say that out on the street and see what happens.
Oh man.
Like bruh, T.I., man, like, come on, man, like, man, I don't know, bruh. I don't know. I don't know where he thought that was a 1-to-1. I just don't know. I really don't know.
Yeah, I don't even know. And it's crazy because I'm actually like, the baby's like in a weird spot right now in terms of like the social media appearance now, because it's like a lot of people don't mess with him already as is, because the fact that he punched a woman, and not even the right, like he punched a woman and it wasn't even the right one at that too.
Tay, that was a long time ago. People were already past
this was like a year ago.
When he hit that chick?
Yeah,
yeah. Oh, in terms of story, news-wise, this is long ago. Like, I don't know if that's like a reason that people wouldn't right now.
No, the thing though, it's not like it's not the first woman he hit though. It's not, and best believe she's probably not gonna be the last.
Okay, all right, my guy.
What for the dude has openly said like he has no qualms about not doing it, about doing it ever again.
Alright, but like that woman, like that was a chick who ran up to him randomly out of nowhere, was it not?
No, it was the wrong chick.
Alright, which story was this then? Cause I might just not know this one, or I don't remember.
So pretty much is like, I think like somebody was like shining a light in his face, right? And he was
oh yeah, it was when he was walking. When he was walking.
No, it was like a concert. He was at.
I don't know. I think it was after a concert when he was walking. When he was leaving or going to.
But still, either way, it's like, but it's still not a good look for you either way. And it's like it's not like a first time thing, and that thing like a first like bad interaction with the fans. Now this one, I think this one will probably like do him in the most.
Cause like what I thought she was gonna say, as black people on the internet may not be rocking with him, was because of the Meg Thee Stallion situation with Tory Lanez.
I thought we were going to talk about save that for some other time, but we could.
Well, no, I thought you was going to say that was the reason the internet wasn't rocking with him right now.
I was saving that, but that's another thing too. But no, like I'm bringing this up because like there are some people out there who will not listen to him just because he's like open about like hitting, like he's open about hitting women.
Yeah, that's completely understandable.
Like, it's safe, like, or say if I'm wrong, right? And if he's not open about it, it's something that's like in the air now, you know?
Yeah.
Like it was such a big thing in his career. It was such a big thing in his career now. Now that's something that's just not gonna go away.
Yeah, nah, I definitely feel that. And then like for the last part of it,
I'm trying to like shame him for like doing that, like, you know what I'm saying, like maybe, like, you know what I'm saying, because like I don't keep up with that. He probably did learn from that whole situation, or like, you know, he's remorseful about it. But it's again like people can say that he is, like it's just the fact that it just exists now, like it's out there.
Yeah. And then like for the last part of it would be with Little Boosie Badass. I don't know what to say for Little Boosie. Like he's Little Boosie. I don't know why people seem surprised. This is not. I don't even think this is the worst thing he said. I don't.
It really isn't. And you know what's crazy now too? I think like if any like high like social media executive could like that want to permanently remove him, they have almost every reason now too, because he was already not good for his crazy ass lives that he had.
First of all, I'm not gonna let you disrespect him like that. He was doing the world a favor by his lives.
Eli, in terms of
shake that and I'll give you some cash right now. That is legendary. That is legendary.
Eli, shut up and let me make my point.
Legendary.
It's the fact that ultimately it did break terms of like, you know, social media, of general social media.
Instagram should stop being so strict.
even so, Eli, people he could get reported for saying home. If somebody wanted him permanently off of social media, they can do that. They can do that now. They have the perfect ammo right there.
I don't think that's
ammo.
enough. I don't think what he said is enough to break terms of service on social media.
It's a fact. He has an ongoing history of it.
Him saying that he doesn't, cause like, all right, so like every time he says it, like he explains, like it's not that he, and I'm not justifying him. I'm just saying specifically in regards to breaking terms of service. Like he says, he doesn't say he doesn't like gay people or that he hates gay people. He just doesn't agree with the actions per se, so that he doesn't want that in his face all the time, I guess, or like. I don't know, but like what he says is not breaking terms and conditions. Cause like I said, it's like he says, "I hate gay people." I don't know if I can say that just now, even though I just said what I said. I hope I don't break terms and service. Okay. But yeah, so it's like that's what he said, you know. So yeah, I don't think they could get him banned off of social media platforms for what he said.
I think like if someone really wanted to, they could, especially in the day and age we're in.
I don't think so. That's fine. But
or at least very much blacklist him. At least very much like passively blacklist. Or
alright, look at it this way, right? Like, if you can get Little Boozy banned off social media for what he said, then all those like racist people would have been off and out of here long ago.
See, we will say that for another time because I don't think that it works that way either.
Okay, if it's not the racist people, then like the politically, those political people like Alex Jones and all them kind of people, like they would definitely be out of here. We gonna get you right for future episodes, just in case he say some craziness again. But yeah, so yeah. Okay. No, that's it. Really.
Nah, I still like standing like by. It's like they have room to do that. They have ammo for it now. Like it's in the air. Like I'm not saying it's right or like it shouldn't be done. But if someone really wanted to, they could just use that against him now.
I don't know. I don't think it's enough. But yeah, I guess you come to terms with that story. But he said it was just woefully ignorant. There's like a million things in the world he could have said, should have said to avoid all this. Everybody else did not help in any kind of way. Oh my jeez. But yeah, with that, you can move on to the next topic. Oh, Sweetie's McDonald's meal.
I have no idea what to me that was just random when you told me about once like you sent that.
Just looks like a fucking Choco stick. If that promotional poster is what it looks like, I don't care about it.
I want the like the reason I brought it in is not really because I care that she got a McDonald's meal per se. It's more so I want to talk about it. Like we already know McDonald's is good for people who can't afford food, and us broke people in the community and stuff like that. Yeah. All these celebrities, I'm not gonna hate on chasing the bag. I'm really about getting the bag and whatnot. But like, damn, dude, it gotta be McDonald's. Like, you know, McDonald's ain't right for people. Like, it's just not right for people, bro. We only eat it because we be broke. We can't afford better. For the most part.
Nuggets are pretty A1. Their nuggets are A1.
Like when I speak badly on McDonald's, it's always outside the chicken nuggets. I don't ever include the McDonald's chicken nuggets or fries when I speak badly about McDonald's. And even they nuggets ain't what they used to be. Let's be clear.
I still can happily eat a 20.
I can eat a 20 piece too. I'm just saying it's just not what it used to be in comparison. But cause like I don't even know what make McDonald's want to come out to people, and like Sweetie, and like this is no disrespect to Sweetie, cause like I like her music and whatnot, but like she is not an artist I would have thought would be on the level of able to get a McDonald's promotion like that. Like if you wanted me, like I could list you probably like 50 names from 50 artists I would have thought would have got a promotion with McDonald's before Sweetie.
To me, all of it's kind of weird. Because I know, like, the only thing that surprises me about the whole McDonald's is the whole K-pop. Like, some K-pop band got like a whole sauce from McDonald's.
Was it BTS? It was probably BTS.
Mm.
To be very honest, like I could not think of anybody else who would most likely could possibly be besides BTS.
Yeah. Like, yeah. To me, it's like I don't have too much to say about it.
Yeah, I don't have much to say here. It was really just that. Like, can we do better? Like Wendy's. I always said Burger King because Burger King actually has good burgers. But like, dang, just can we try for not McDonald's? Let's do right by each other, maybe. Let's do right.
Big facts. Big facts.
All right, this was another. This is actually the last one on the list, to be honest, since we did Scarlett Johansson earlier.
Yeah. I was just about to ask what was the other one?
Yeah. Arthur coming to an end.
Oh yeah, I feel old as hell now that it's over.
I don't even think you should.
I wouldn't say that, Tay.
I don't think you should. It was out before we was born.
Well, I think it was. Well, was it 90,
might have been
97 or 99?
I'll look it up. I'll just look it up. And even so, Arthur
Probably
starts books
99.
too. Like books are older than the show.
99.
Yeah.
Yeah. I be
probably
forgetting they had books. 96 came out in
okay.
96.
There you go.
That is what 2006, 2016. It will be 2026. Will be the next one. Over 20 years of TV.
Yeah.
And as a childhood, every day when I'm walking down the street, something I can't remember right now. Everybody that you meet. Something. Anyway, you know what I'm saying. But like 20 years of not childhood, but like TV. Over 20 years, honestly. Over 20 years. But, geez, that is... Man.
But I'm not surprised, though. I mean, after my man Mr. Ratburn got married and everything, it felt like it was...
You thought it was a ticking time? Well, not ticking time. The clock was running out.
Bruh,
Yeah.
I was surprised it was even still on when he told me when I seen the news. I was like, it's still on? I was like, did it end already? What?
Man, I remember my favorite part in Arthur is when Arthur snapped on DW for the first time.
Yes, when he finally snuffed her in the face. Bruh,
Right?
I was so hype. I was like, thank you, bruh. She can't be getting away with this. And parents don't be doing nothing. Like, what?
And it's like even and if anybody says like, oh, that's rape sausage, no, that's not the case. We all been there when you wanted to snap on any younger relative or any of your younger siblings. Some of us actually hit them at one point in time, so it's definitely not that. DW is the person we've been waiting to get that wanted to snuff for all these years and just couldn't do it.
Like, matter of fact, I could, just to close out this, we could do our list right now. Because honestly, what I was going to bring up to y'all was having like a top 3 debate, either at the beginning or the closing of a show. We can do this right now. Top 3 characters we've always wanted to punch or snuff out. Because I already got 2 besides... Oh, no, I got 1 besides DW. I can come up with my 3rd.
You gotta narrow it down to something, because...
Yeah, I was about to say, if we're including anime on this list too, I have
No,
so many.
not anime, just straight cartoon characters. Cartoon characters from our childhood that we went to snuff.
Was that from childhood? From
childhood.
That we wanted to snuff.
Because I could tell you another one on my list right now. Dee Dee from Dexter's Laboratory. I wanted to snuff her. What are you doing, Dee Dee? Dexter, punch her, bro. Punch her. I'm tired of her. Coming up over the shoulder and then touching stuff on the other side. Snuff her, bro. Always ruining stuff. Like, oh my god.
Alright, I had to think on this. Like, y'all say y'all list first. I had to think on that.
I'm not even sure who will be 3rd on my list right now, but I off rip, I already knew Dee Dee was one of them. Like, I'm gonna think about it. I've been hating her for years.
You annoyed the hell out of me.
Oh, that was horribly timed. I should not.
Main characters count, right? Like any show.
Main characters count. Yeah, main characters count.
Definitely, I want Snuff Blue.
Oh man!
Oh yeah, I did at least. Oh yeah, I did a few times. Right?
You know,
You talking about
and
blue? You talking about
this
blue
episode
with the
there.
stuffed cheese, bro? Oh,
Thank you.
he's not third on my list, but bro, I want to beat the hell out of cheese. Nah,
Carrie.
Yo, different.
They had to destroy the house for him to give the whole password. No.
Ernest, he's different.
No.
Nah, he's snuffed.
You know what, Curry? We have to save this because I don't think like this is gonna be a stream friendly conversation.
Nah,
we
bro.
save cheese for a labor conversation.
And like when they had the nerve to make the joke, mac and blue cheese. Oh.
Nah, but you know what? This isn't the only episode that he got me tight. But you know what's a real good episode that really got me tight about in regards to Blue?
Who got you tight, bro?
Freaking! It's the episode when Wilt just wanted to watch the game, and this man was like, "Yo, go get
more of a
chips."
short episode. It's like 5 minutes, I think.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
My man's like. And
But
then,
it's
like,
not
he
even
does,
just Blue though. Look at everybody else.
it's not even just Blue, but the fact that he went through the trouble, and sure he probably doesn't know about the trouble, but not only that he's like, this is salt and vinegar, and then he throws the bolt on the floor and stomps it. No, you gotta go.
Like,
And then it's like,
oh,
nah, man. Then Max like, dude, pick that up. He's like, man, Walt guy, right, pal? Like, no.
Ernest, I think you only want to do that because you're the Bolton situation.
Maybe so, Kerry, but you see, that doesn't make it, the point ain't less valid. This man needs to stop for
No,
that.
I understand.
Nah, it doesn't. But like in comparison, Blue on Foster's Home, Blue wouldn't be that high up on my list because before you got Blue, you got darn what's that trifling chick's name? The one with the sideways face, the sideways eyes.
I know exactly who you're talking
Duchess?
about.
Yes, Duchess. Oh my God! From the movie.
See, Duchess,
From the
I
movie.
will freaking-
I want to rock her shit. Are you kidding me? And then you had nigga with the yellow with black stripes. Oh my God, the one that was getting Blue in trouble for everything. Yo.
You know what? He's definitely on my list. He's definitely on my list.
And
Oh my God.
Barry was different.
Oh my God.
I would snuff her though, but yeah, you're right.
No.
Barry
Actually, no, I might.
She wasn't on my snuff list, but I know she did like one or two things that made me consider it. That had me close.
No, I wanted freaking Goofball McGee.
Goofball John McGee.
Which one was Goofball?
Goofball John McGee, the freaking guy looked mostly human except for his nose. And Frankie was dead certain that was a guy.
Oh my gosh, bro. Oh my God.
Come on, girl Frankie in trouble, bro.
Had her thinking she was crazy. Like nobody else could see. He was like, man. I would deck him right in that imaginary
you know,
nose.
when I was young, I wanted to snuff Mr. Harriman. Now I'm a little more understanding. I'm like, you know what? Yeah, I can't even freaking. I can't even fault you for the
It's
70s.
50-50 because he's still a tightwad on a bunch of
No,
stuff.
he is, but like, you know, keeping order is like, I appreciate that value of keeping order a lot more now.
Well, your environment is
You know
different.
what main character I want to snuff so bad?
With the people that's there.
Wait,
I
hold on.
understand.
Wait. You know who I wanted to snuff so bad, like in a cartoon? Doing a main character? Fucking Knuckles. One episode I hated. The one day he was gonna go to get the Candy Island map, and he was so happy that he was willing to leave Flapjack, and said straight to his face that he was gonna leave him. And this man sat down crying, and he's just over there celebrating. I'm glad Bobby gave him like the 2-piece. Like I hated him after that.
I can't say that for him because you from day one they told you what kind of person he was.
And plus his life is pretty tragic.
He should have owed some loyalty to Flapjack.
He does though.
He should, but
he
he
was
just
going to leave him.
But you already know he ain't ish.
I don't.
That's why I can't tally
behind that.
man.
No, I can be. Cause
like he's definitely
in some way I relate to Flapjack on that level too, where like someone you close to just makes you like that. Nah.
I don't know, cause like if I knew you was a snake, I can't be surprised when you do snake things.
I don't think plus I think he knew that Flapjack's ignorance or like his innocence. He definitely. Oh, go ahead.
No, I'm not too much of a finish.
Now I was gonna say is like he definitely took advantage of like Flapjack's innocence or how young he is.
Well, yeah.
And it just ran away with it. He actively did that. The only person who tolerated and knew what Chronicles was always all about was really Bubby, and she only did that for Flapjack.
No, everybody else didn't like Knuckles either.
Nah, somebody I would dead.
No, talking about like she had to tolerate it openly. Where people, when they didn't want to deal with him, they just didn't deal with him, or they just kicked him out.
Oh
like,
yeah.
The amount of times he was kicked out of the bar is entirely reasonable. But Bubby actually had to tolerate him for the sake of Flapjack.
But a character I would dead freaking Duff, freaking Johnny, freaking Ed. Oh, I can't stand him.
I love it. 3 Johnnies went through my head, and not one of those was the freaking 2x4.
Man.
I was expecting 2x4. I was expecting 2x4.
I like Johnny.
Kyrie, but Kyrie, he was the only superhero the cul-de-sac had. Come on.
And he's whack.
And he's a villain now. He's not even a superhero. He's a villain now.
Exactly. But Kyrie, he was like one of the best characters in the lunchroom brawl game.
Facts.
Oh, don't remind me. I hated him so much. Oh,
while I do like the lunchroom brawl game, it was goated. The game is dead now, so it don't matter anymore.
Bro.
Nah, it does matter because he was annoying to fight in that game.
Nah, it's hashtag revive the game.
Well, first they have to revive Flash.
Well, that wouldn't even be the first game I would have them revive. We talking about Cartoon Network games to be revived, but that's a different day of conversation.
Freaking Teen Titans Blitz.
Oh yes, yo,
bruh, make it multiplayer, throw controller support in. Oh my gosh.
Oh man.
Oh my gosh.
Who did I use a lot? I think I used Jinx. So we're getting off
I
topic
used Beast
now.
Boy, Jinx.
Nah, different day. We gonna save it for a different day.
Yeah. We have to say this one for a different day.
Because like I don't want to forget. This person is on my list. I'm gonna count this as childhood because Adventure Time. I'm gonna write it down.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna still count this as childhood since I was in middle school at the time. Adventure Time. I don't remember his name, but the one who tried to kill Finn to be Jake's partner. Was it Sydney? Tiffany, bro. Yo, I can't tell you how badly I wanted to hurt Tiffany, bro. Like, on me. It's so annoying.
Every time I think about freaking Tiffany from Adventure
But I think
Time,
when Tiffany came back, we were in high school, though.
Nah, I don't think Tiffany came out when he was in high school.
No. When he came back.
Oh, when he came back. Oh, yeah, when he came back. Yeah.
Because
like the
Tiffany's
first
a
time,
dude.
he was already trying to.
Tiffany, boy,
and freaking Finn duffed him like so fast.
Like, bro,
that just reminds me of how Finn just used to let fly when he was young. Like, this man would just spit on everybody. Like, you know,
he was 12.
After Finn dumped him, I actually got so much respect for Finn after that. I respected him so much after he did that nonsense.
Oh, you know what? Speaking of Adventure Time, Magic Man is on my list. Magic Man is on my damn list. No! Annoying! Talk about the epitome of annoying! What?
Now, you know who got on my nerves a lot? Like, this is the only character who actually got on my nerves. Goddamn Sarah. Like,
she
I was about to say.
Okay, I was thinking about Adventure Time. I was like, who's Sarah in Adventure Time?
Like, I'm talking about the other character. Oh, yeah, my fault. I meant, like, Ed and Eddie. Like, that's the only person we got on my nerves actively throughout the entire show because, like,
yeah, she's on the list to punch too. I ain't gonna hold you.
Because it's like, she called Ed an idiot, and he wouldn't even be doing anything. I don't think he did, like, he purposely ever did anything terrible to Sarah.
To be fair, he's an idiot.
He is consistently an idiot.
But the thing is, though, it's like, there are times where she just went out of her way to call him an idiot.
Oh, sure.
It's like, or like, even, like, the time when, like, and not Johnny, Jimmy. At the time when Jimmy was, like, finessing the hell out of the edge.
Oh my. No, go ahead. I feel that on sentiment.
No, it's like that. She just happily endorsed it. That just kept defending him. I'm like, yo, you don't even care. Even if you knew he was wrong, you wouldn't care, would you?
He would be smiling in the back. I remember the evilness.
Even if she knew what he was doing, she would probably be perfectly okay with it because she would believe that they deserve it. Knowing damn well Johnny would be in the wrong, and like you and this dude finesse your brother like this.
Man, trifling.
Like, where's the loyalty at? Like, I get it, it's an idiot.
When she was sick, Dababy was trying to freaking be a doctor. She sneezed on him. I felt a personal level.
Oh my gosh, bro.
Nah.
Oh my
Because,
gosh.
especially with this pandemic, when this old hag wanted to cough on me last year when I was still an essential worker, oh no. I was on jail that day.
Man. Oh, you know what I got on the list? Oh my gosh. Proud Family. The sisters.
The ones that were ashy as hell, but they were like they look blue. They were just ashy.
They were blue. Oh my gosh. I forgot their names. Oh my gosh. I wanted to fight them too. I wanted to fight. I wanted the hands with all of them. And sometimes she was on the list, not all the time, but sometimes she would work her way onto the list. La Cienega.
Speaking of people that like are on the list off and on,
She used to get me tight.
like, who could I say? Well, of course, Rigby would definitely be an easy spot.
Man. He would be if like Knuckles' character wasn't established already.
Maybe so, but like it's just the things that like Rigby has done that I would definitely
Going on a date with Margaret? What kind of homie shit is that?
Not even that. Not even that. It's the fact like what would really like have me dump him was when this man was like freaking getting ready to go to college and he was like, nah, man, you didn't get accepted.
Oh!
And hit the letter.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah, I forgot. Yo.
And what be killing me about it is they be making it look like Mordecai is the bad guy off that sometimes. It's like, bro, do you see what he did? You see what he did?
Yeah, they ain't wrong in that.
It's crazy.
And let's not forget the Solid episode.
Yo, they do me a solid.
Yeah.
When I found out what they made him do, I was disgusted.
They recorded it too.
Nah, and then like you can even go into like.
Making this be known right now. If anybody says skip, you out of pocket. If anybody says skip, out of pocket.
If anybody says skip, then you're little.
Bro, how could Skip ever be on the list? How could anybody ever put
Skip?
Skip on the list, bro? Like
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. If anybody were to say skip,
I'd have
Skip is the
to.
one person.
I'd have to
the
block
one
you.
person I
At
would
best,
never
you could say
skip.
freaking. I was about to say this thing. Freaking quips. At best.
whips. I'm not gonna. Actually, no. There were times where I actually didn't want to dump Muscle
just
Man,
made
but
it.
there are times where it's like
Nah, Muscle Man did some stupid stuff sometimes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
No,
Like, I didn't actively want to duff him, but it's the fact that like,
It's an off and on thing.
Yeah,
like you know what I'm saying.
Especially in those early episodes too, before
Yep.
they truly
Yeah.
established them.
You know, I probably would have felt like duffing them.
When?
Was when they were trying to use when this man wanted to use the computer to make that website for Margaret, and this man was out playing basketball. He's like, "Nah, man,
I'm not using the internet,
Like,
yo.
No.
Bro, I wanted to fight so bad. I would have stolen on him and be like, "You using the internet now?" Oh my
let's
gosh,
see.
bro.
Mordecai was a seasonal type of me, like feeling for me.
No,
whenever
girls are involved, I got duff.
I didn't want to
after
dump him. It was just disappointment, really. It's like, come on, bro. Come on.
Yes, Eli, I understand. Hold on, say.
No, I was gonna say
the
it's like
part-
it's hard for me to not. It's hard for me not to want to because it's like I'm just so used to. Like y'all know the whole story of like of snakery I've seen when it comes to females. I'm just so used to it at this point. It's nothing new.
Yeah, and I understand that. However, though, you see, Eli, one thing that I would definitely won't forgive actually no, two things, right? One, freaking literally in a I'm assuming a happy relationship with CJ. Invited to not relationship.
Oh, it was.
It was a happy
Oh,
relationship.
It wasn't a relationship.
Oh, you
Sorry.
mean when they first met with the tickets?
Yeah, yes, and then Margaret comes back. Yo, I gotta invite Margaret. Like, no,
it was just disappointment, bro. Like I said, for me, it was just disappointment, bro. It was like,
And then another unforgivable thing:
I only had 2
the wedding.
seconds.
oh man,
You don't do that at a wedding. You don't do that.
oh
Man, who knows who our soulmate is? They could be here. Maybe we never even met them yet. You gonna say in front of your girl that you've been happy with all this time? Like, come on.
Okay,
man.
that was definitely punchable worthy. That was definitely snuffable worthy, bro. Like, Mordecai,
You and CJ were so good.
That's a fact. You
Like,
ruined
come
that
on.
yourself.
Like he saw Margaret and was like, "Yo,
And then
Yo,
to make
who's
matters
CJ?
worse, in the end, they make CJ like she does have emotional problems, but like literally most of the faults in that relationship are because of Mordecai.
Oh,
And
for sure.
it ended off with her just being some psycho. I'm like, come on, man.
Yeah, the writers did her so dirty. They did her so dirty. Oh my god, not Cyborg. Who else would be on the list? I'm trying to remember some people. I
You know
know
who?
what people is missing.
You know who pissed me off a lot in
Who?
Teen Titans?
Who?
Gizmo.
Gizmo. Yeah,
Okay.
Yo, Kyrie, we were on the same topic, yo.
Man, Gizmo is he was Gizmo. He was Gizmo, bro.
Talking way too much shit for my liking. I get he's a
And
bad
then
guy.
get snuffed. And then get snuffed. He was talking and then get his ass whooped.
I will say this though.
Freaking tin can.
And now, granted, I'm not saying that he never got me tight, but I think the one episode that really actually got me tight about that, not even just him, but the whole crew, is when they squatted on the Titans and took the tower and then made it into their own base for a little bit.
Bro,
No,
yo.
because like that felt like such disrespect to him. Like, how you go like to break in and then not only turn the T into an H? That's not, you don't do that.
Facts. I remember one time I got
You
double.
busting this man's place and not man, this man's the squad put a place and then just hijack. No,
And then you open their fridge. Granted, their food was rotten, but like, the CD collection thing is what bothered me.
Yo, they just dumped it.
yo,
Oh my gosh, the CD disrespect.
in
I remember-
in that house. Come on.
I remember I got in trouble with my grandma with this because like I remember I just got so tight where I ended up saying, "Yo, shut your little bald ass up." Like I was getting so mad.
Who else got me tight?
Oh, I know who'll be on my list. And this goes back to our Transformers conversation. God dang, Starscream. I hated him. I hated Starscream, bro. Annoying. Nothing but annoyance. He always talked it and never could follow through except like one example. But other than that, he was consistent else. I hated him, bro. Annoying. His voice was trash and everything. Out of here.
I'm trying to think another time. You know what? Bobby got me frustrated a lot. Bobby and King of the Hill, there were plenty of times where it's like I was just annoyed. Like Hank is right. That boy ain't right sometimes. That boy ain't right.
Did you say that? Oh, I know somebody. And this person would be in my top 3. This might complete my top 3. Angelica from Rugrats. I hate it.
You know what? I could agree with that, but I feel like in the sequel, well, I can't remember what the show was called, but I feel
All
like she
Grown
chilled
Up.
out a little bit.
No, she
Yeah, I
didn't.
feel
She
like
was
she
still an a-hole in that.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
but
it wasn't as
understandable
bad
at that
as
age, though.
Yeah, it wasn't as bad as it used to be.
That doesn't rectify what she did before, yeah.
All right, so I need to switch to my phone for a little bit. So for most likely the rest of this. So
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, you're good.
We're almost done anyway. It's literally the last subject.
okay, well in that case, yeah. So yeah, let me just go.
Yeah,
on
go
my
ahead, switch your phone.
Let me
Yeah, do your thing. Yeah, do your thing.
switch.
Yeah, her being chilled out or justifiable at that age and all grown up doesn't cancel out all of the evil she
you know
did.
who I would freaking snuff out and all grown up though? Tommy.
Yo, Tommy was Tommy was at L Man's and all grown up.
Nah, because he was trying to not claim Kimmy for the longest. I'm like, yo,
That's Chucky, bro.
just be a man about. Tommy and Kimmy were dating, and all grown up.
You right. You right. You so right.
I thought her and Chucky were related in some sort of way.
Yeah, they
They're
were. It was
step
her
siblings.
mom. Yeah, I
Yeah,
completely
okay, yeah,
forgot
just
about
making sure,
that.
yeah. Yeah, I was wondering what you mean by like, yeah, that's Chucky's work. I'm like, wait, I swear they were related in some way.
Honestly, I'd be forgetting.
Now that makes me want to watch the Rugrats movie again. Now,
Man, nice. Nah, bro.
I'm really trying to actively think.
Angelica is
Yeah,
forever on the hit list. Let me see if I can pull up some characters. We gonna work through it. Let me see if I can pull up some people. I need my AC back on because it's hot as a mug in here. Ooh, this was not.
And you know what? You know, it's not his fault. I hate this character so much. More my brother's fault. But Fred Fredberger.
But that's the guy, though.
No. Here's the reason why. Here's the reason why. That my brother lost my phone outright, and for some reason he decided to loop it, saying like we would just say his name all over again.
Fredberger.
Yogurt.
Fredberger.
And it's all I heard. And it's all I heard for like 20 minutes. And Kyrie, I will punch you. I will punch you right now, okay? I'll lick you in your big nose right now. Stop playing with me.
Oh,
Why you like this? I hate him so much. I hate him so much.
Y'all know why you want to die.
The Boogeyman too. There are times where I wanted to snuff the Boogeyman as well. Like he
was just annoying. He
was an active hater.
He was. He definitely.
You know
was.
who I would though? Freaking Mindy. You see, Mindy, I would freaking buy.
Oh yeah, Mindy. And the bully too. The one with the hat. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh my gosh. Okay, him. I went to the fight. Yeah, for sure. I went to the fight. Skurg. I was like, there ain't no way. Tragic Ernest. Let me see. Oh, you know what? I don't. Okay. I didn't want to snuff him, but I didn't want him to win. I didn't want Roadrunner to win. I was always rooting for Wile E. Coyote. Like I can't explain why, but I always wanted Wile E. Coyote to win, and for Roadrunner to get caught. I didn't like Jerry. I was a Tom supporter all the way. I didn't like Tweety Bird. I was a Sylvester supporter all the way.
You were nah. Tweety was really doing nothing. Sylvester really just started smoke.
Nah, bro.
Most of the time, I would always want like Duff Daffy. The only time I never
I did want to fight Daffy.
the only time I never wanted to fight him was in his own show, freaking Duck Dodger.
Duck Dodger, he was always
five
peak.
things in there. For freaking, I let it slide. That was the only time I ever liked this man.
Yeah, Duck Dodger's Daffy's character was definitely at his peak for sure. Oh! This one pertains to a conversation we had before. Scrappy, I wanted to fight Scrappy, bro. He's annoying as hell.
You know, I was used to Scrappy. He didn't really bother me too much.
Nah, he was annoying, especially when the Scooby-Doo movie was out, bro. It was like, dog, you're the villain? You annoying, bro. This is why they throw you ass away, bro. This is why you not allowed around anymore. Cause you annoying. Like, shut up. Dang. Oh, let me out. Like, you can't fight nobody.
Oh no, you know who I wanted to fight? You know I would get the work. Omi from Challenge Showdown.
Why?
Why?
Cause you talk so much shit to Raymundo for no reason.
Cause he was the chosen one.
No,
it was supposed to be Omi.
No. Raymundo was always on some stuff. I understand it.
But there are times where Omi was just actively doing stuff to Raymundo.
No, you're right. Omi was arrogant.
Omi started
but they were.
Raymundo, nah, hear me out. No, Raymundo and Omi beef would never start if Omi never started being super arrogant to Raymundo once he got there. He never wanted, like, I don't think Raymundo actively asked for this. The only person who would all they was Omi.
But they were like, their relationship was always like brothers to me. Like, they just acted like how brothers act.
Even when, like, Raymundo didn't have to do something, didn't have to do a technique, Omi would always throw it in his face all the time. And when Raymundo wanted to snuff him, Kimiko would back Omi up all the time.
That's siblings, bro.
That's not entirely true.
Yeah, well, she didn't back him up all the time.
But majority of the time she did when Raimundo was ready
Nah,
to
she would dead laugh at Omi all the time. Ramon fucking break the cultural barrier. Can I this man's English?
That is facts. That's hella facts.
The only chill person was on that show was Clay.
Well, yeah, because the other two act like,
just about it.
The other two act like other siblings. Like they literally just act like siblings.
Nah, Omi arrogance would just piss me off a lot.
Have you met a younger sibling?
Me and my brother only had like 2 instances where we had to scratch in our entire lifetime.
You have seen me and my brother.
Except for
you've
like,
heard my brother talk.
Except for you, with the whole thing with you actively do nothing to even like get
exactly. And where did this arrogance come from? Nowhere. This is what it's like having younger siblings.
I have a younger sibling. We don't even have problems like that.
You live in a privileged area. It don't count.
Me and my brother grew up with like similar demographics, but as I got older, it differentiated.
Like how many years apart are you and your brother?
I actually gotta think about that.
Nah, I felt that.
Bro, I be thinking about my own age. I ain't even trusting it.
Nah, it's my brother's age because it's like his birthday is like kind of awkward.
It's on the freaking.
How was the birthday?
The 28th, the 29th.
Yeah, somewhere around there. It's like within the last day of December.
Oh, December.
So.
December.
Carrie did say December.
No, you see, I will say like, is his birthday next week? Is the 29th of February or something?
Nah, you fuck you too. But
you said that his birthday is awkward, right? That's what I thought.
Alright, why you think about that? Oh, go ahead.
Also, Houston definitely had to get to work. Y'all had to get me one to work several times.
Yo, Houston's from Courage, bro. I want to strangle him on several occasions. I'm not. In GTA, in Grand Theft Auto, I would have strangled him.
Let me say this one thing because Ernest is quiet.
So go ahead.
But
that wasn't Ernest.
You know who else?
Nah, go ahead, Ernest.
But you know who really wants Duff and freaking Furry?
Oh, that's Ernest! Oh, I thought that was Heisel talking. Nah. He sound like Heisel because his voice sound muffled and stuff. And like I know he's on his phone. But he sounded like Heisel. He sounded like Heisel. He Ernest dead sounded like Heisel.
I played Rogue.
That's why you said let Ernest talk. I was like, Heisel talking. I was like, what?
No, but,
go ahead, Ernest.
Who I wanted to duck in Courage besides Eustace was that freaking duck, that freaking hatch, that Courage hatch. And,
yes.
And just took immediate like to Eustace. No, I gotta be so tight.
Honestly, I think like almost every enemy in Courage I went to snuff at some point. Cause they were all like they were all creepy to the point I wanted to punch you, or they were annoying to the point I wanted to punch you. Like
fair enough.
Cause like I always thought about it, it's like if I saw something like that, I gotta punch it. Like I can't let it roll up on me. Like the cat, I can't let the cat roll up on me. And you gotta snuff the cat first. Like you can't let that cat approach you on some shit. Especially the way he used to slap Courage. Hell no.
I like how you say the cat over some others, like the freaking
What, the one standing in the wind? Oh, the sirens?
No, not King Ramses. The sirens, yeah.
Man, it was the sirens that get snuffed too.
See, there's one person, right? I didn't hate him, right? But it was so good to see him get snapped on. Billy, when Jeff finally snapped. It was so satisfying to see. It was so satisfying to see because, like, you know what? You deserve all of this.
I'm not gonna say it was satisfying to me. It was just definitely he had it coming, and it was funny.
I want you to be dead.
You know, I'm gonna play it because it's like for me, it's music.
Nah, don't play it. I don't know what to do.
Okay. Oh yeah, you're right. I had to think. You're right. Yeah, thank you. I almost lost my way.
Alright, just for closing out, we're gonna go through some shows and see who we hated in the shows. If we can come up with somebody we hated.
Candace, the big snitch
Candace.
of them all.
Yes. That snitch
No,
gotta go.
no.
I want to snuff her.
I can understand Candace.
Bendy?
What?
From Foster's?
Who from Foster's?
Bendy?
Oh yeah, that's what you're talking about. Yeah. He was yellow with the black stripes. Yeah. All right, SpongeBob. Who do you hate most of SpongeBob? I'm trying to think of who I hate most. I don't
hate most of SpongeBob.
I don't know if I got anybody I hate in SpongeBob like that.
Pearl.
I wouldn't.
She was annoying,
Pearl,
but I didn't want to punch
She was
Pearl.
spoiled as hell.
$1. You hate?
I don't think I want to punch her.
No, I do agree with that.
No, she was definitely spoiled. I just don't think she was on my punch. She was more annoying.
She was spoiled, but at the same time, no freaking Krabs was cheap. Like,
You know what? No. I might have to put Mr. Krabs. Mr. Krabs.
Mr. Krabs did some snake. Mr. Krabs did do some snake stuff. He.
My man charged you for breathing and for standing. Go put my money.
When he had a crush on Miss Puff. SpongeBob, boy, you're spending all me money. SpongeBob, can you please go get SpongeBob? You're spending all my money. It's like, bro.
How about the fact that when this man started just feeding people grease soup, like just because like people thought it was like this delicious.
Man, that's disgusting. Yeah. I don't know. Like Mr. Krabs, like he's not on my I wanted to snuff face, but he's on my
Look, he
got
makes me
tight.
laugh, so we get to pass. But like real talk, I would dead freaking get
like
Mr.
yeah,
Krabs
like
out of here.
real life. I had to pack. You'd have to pack him out.
No, but you see, Curry, maybe
You know
because I
what?
just have a bias on the premise that we're watching the series now, and seeing the progression of the scum that this man would do, like, he has to go.
That is true. That is true. The things he did would get worse and worse as the show went on.
Also, Patrick, I do not like him anymore. He used to be a good friend. Now I want to dump this man almost every time he's on screen.
Oh nah, hold on. Cause over Mr. Krabs, I might have to put Patrick. Cause Patrick, he would do some stuff to SpongeBob, and I'll be like, you're not
All
a
the
friend.
imaginary plans.
You're not a friend, bro. Like, oh my.
I'm one of those smart people. People like you.
Oh my God, bro! Don't remind me of that stupid shit, bro. Nah. Patrick might have to be on the list over Mr. Krabs for me.
See, I'm going off topic here. There's one after SpongeBob because like I can't think of any more people that I hate on SpongeBob. But I'm surprised we didn't say this one did not come up. The little bald nigga Caillou.
Look. As a kid,
It took me into when I was older to freaking want to like hit Caillou.
man,
When I was
especially,
watching him. I was fine with him.
okay.
It didn't help. What didn't help me dislike him was when I watched the Caillou All Grown Up video on YouTube.
I thought you were saying Berlizzi.
Berlizzi.
He definitely added to the hate.
Yeah, but the fact that like I watched Caillou All Grow Up did not make it any better.
Nah,
He clapped Doris cheeks though.
like as a kid,
Kyrie,
I didn't.
What would you do, right? What would you do if your son Lee said like you try to kick your son out of house and he refused to get a job, right? And he's going to beat your ass.
He was going to do it.
You would be okay.
No. Hypothetically, in Grand Theft Auto, okay, in Grand Theft Auto, hypothetically, what would you do?
Pack him up. You want to scrap? Let's go.
or actively threaten to kill you or something like that.
In Grand Theft Auto, we got specify in Grand Theft Auto.
No, I'm talking about like, oh yeah, Grand Theft Auto. I would call the police. I would just handle it with whatever. Nah, after I watched that, it just didn't help.
In Grand Theft Auto, he would have got packed up. he would have got packed up.
Oh yeah, he would have got boxed.
Nah, cause like as a kid, it was weird. Cause as a kid, like it never really clicked in my head. I would just know he did certain things, and it would annoy me. And I'll be like, why? Why though? Like, why is it this serious? Like, well, it's not that serious. Why are you crying? Like, as a kid, when I got older, it definitely was in Grand Theft Auto. I will snuff you. Like, I'm tired of you. Like, dog. Like, nah. Oh no, it's cool. I got a list. I got a list we going through. I got a list.
And Mary Jane from Tobey Maguire. Mary Jane from the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man series.
Oh my god.
Only in the second one though. No.
It's the second and the third.
One.
Second and third.
Cause that beginning.
I'm mad at you that you couldn't come to my play because you had to go you were busy saving lives, but you couldn't come to my play.
I think about what Spider-Man do.
Gosh.
He got so tight. I'm like, he's a whole superhero.
Like, okay. All right. Let me air my grievances on this, because first of all, as a fan of the '90s cartoon, okay, who loved Mary Jane in that cartoon, because she was so fine. So fine. And even in the comic books, Mary Jane was so fine. Now, respectfully to the lady who played Mary Jane, I know her name and I brain farted on it right now. I just think, on the look standard, she did not hold up to Mary Jane in either format. So I ain't never really liked her.
Goddamn, it's not about that. It's not about the looks, alright? It's about the character right now.
That's not true. That's not entirely true. It is about the looks sometimes.
No, you brought looks to the equation.
It's about the looks sometimes, alright?
No, it is not.
She wasn't giving, Tay. She wasn't giving in the so for the first movie, like, not character-wise, I didn't have a problem with her. She was great character-wise. But in that second and third movie, when she became an unlikable character on top of it, she had to go.
And then she chose to date Harry at one point.
She chose.
His best friend.
She agreed to date Harry. No. Let me never go get to Harry. We never go get to Harry. James Jameson's
got
son.
Threatened though.
Yeah, she got threatened by Harry. But James Jonah Jameson's son. That's what she dated. Over my son Spider-Man. I ain't never felt so disrespected in my life.
The only time I could really get on board with her was when he kissed freaking Gwen.
She was rightfully mad. She was rightfully upset.
After that, I'm like...
She was rightfully upset, but I feel like there also had to be a level of understanding. Because, like, he didn't... No, I can't even say that. Because he said lay it on me.
For the camera.
He could have said no. Because he said, go ahead, lay it on me. Nah, I don't give a damn. Because I'd be damned if I had a wife or a potential wife, and I told her I did it for the camera. I'd be damned. I don't give a damn if I'm Superman and I'm invincible.
But think about that though. See, she
think about like what?
Was an actress, right? Or wanted to be. If she had kissed somebody on stage, Peter wouldn't get mad.
This is true.
Like it would maybe hit a nerve, but like he wouldn't like act on that.
This is a valid point you do bring up that I cannot dispute. But that being said, characters for Powerpuff Girls. I already know one that's on my hate list. Yes, her name is Prince. No, I loved him. What? You hate Fluffy?
A little bit.
How? He was hilarious and good spirited for the most part.
Now, Princess, yes, I would definitely duck.
Princess is on my. Princess is the one that was on my list.
How did the saying go? How can you hate outside the club when you can't even get in and get in? And Princess was the exact definition of that.
Hold on, I gotta think about that. How can you hate from outside? No, you can't say that.
Because she was hating the Powerpuff Girls.
The Powerpuff Girls were in the club. Okay, I thought you were saying like Princess was in the club, and they could. I was like, wait, but she got jealous. Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're sure right.
You don't ever forget.
What's up?
That one special where she finessed Santa.
That is part of why, Ernest. That's part of why she's on the snuff list, bro. That joint got me so tight. That got me so, and like, you know what? Santa from that show specifically gotta be on the snuff list too, just for falling for that. just for 4. I can't believe.
Everyone
Can't
in
believe.
the city is done because of the sweet little angel.
But nah, another standard that gotta go on the list. Billy and Mandy.
Billy and Mandy. I knew he was gonna say it. When I said it, I was thinking about it. I was like, Billy and Mandy said
married a
it.
whole vampire.
And got surprised when she got upset and started biting.
Nah, man, I'm not gonna lie. I wanted to snuff every every vampire that came across in that show because I'm like, yo, your system is so dumb. So you're the head vampire. No, you need the head vampire. I'm like, yo, what kind of nonsense is what is this? Ernest, there's no fairness. It's dumb. It's dumb.
Hear me out.
No, Ernest, I will not take it into
I don't like how
You will make it to the death list, Ernest. You will make it to the death list, Ernest. I swear to God.
I have a legal agreement.
Stop playing with me. This was so
Hey,
dumb.
wait. I understand how dumb that is. However, this man's just minding his business.
Get your feet off my bedspread.
Get your feet off my bedspread.
Yo. And then dude's dream was like, you have a dream about saving and it was just super specific.
But what about Grim? He was want to say Grim is a vampire.
Yeah.
Grim, I have too many grievances with Grim at times. And I'm just letting those are one of those grievances I'm just gonna let go.
Also, you say you hate all the vampires. What about Dracula? That's the guy.
Yeah, I'm gonna say like Dracula was pretty cool.
Dracula is the way that he treated Grandmama. Because he's like, dude was just dumb unloyal. Dude was dumb unloyal.
Listen.
Dude was an active cheater.
Dracula been alive for how many years? You expect Dracula to be that faithful to one person for that long? I'm just saying.
Dracula don't suck. Dracula scrape.
So fun. Bro, Dracula is too smooth, bro. Dracula is too smooth to be put on the hate list. Alright, I got one for this next show. Codename Kids Next Door. Lizzie. Oh, my snuff list, bro.
I was really thinking about it. I just think at the time you were talking.
Also,
so annoying.
Number 3 sister.
You see, I wanted to say we put 3 females on this list at the time, so I just want to give it time.
Listen. Nobody told sisters or older kids that happen to be a woman to be so annoying in their shows.
No.
Now, who was the main villain at one point?
Tommy gets a partial pass, but number 3 sister is actually evil, so she gotta go.
I forgot.
Number 5 sister? Your number 5 sister is just like.
Wait, number 3 sister?
Yeah.
Number 3 has a
her
sister.
Little sister, yes. Yeah, her little sister. Yeah, we did. Yep.
Mm-hmm. She was a menace, Ernest.
She had a little pink sweater.
She was a whole menace.
That's a fact. The one I have gripe with is the villain. Like, was he called Father or something like that?
Yes.
I hated him.
You know
just
who
because.
got
Because like, wait, hold up. Just because like we knew what kind of person he was once the movie came out. So you tell me you're the one, you was just a punk and you was going to throw your brother under the bus for whatever, and then you kidnap the number 0 squad and make them immortal. Like, come on.
Yeah, I be forgetting that the Delightful Children are actually we're actually the best KND squad. I be forgetting that.
And on top of that, they're immortal.
That's crazy.
Why is like number 1's immediate family just the most elite freaking villains?
That's why he's the elite.
Because he's literally the only person in Sector B who has no siblings, so the rest of his family has to be elite.
That is true. That is true. Every single one of them have siblings.
Think about it real quick, right? You know, like.
Ernest, it is a deep message, Ernest. You can only be elite when you're the only child.
I get that, but you know, like the connections that we drew from Operation Zero, like freaking 1, his dad was literally the
OG,
the pinnacle.
Introduced KND, right?
Mm-hmm.
Number 0, like one of the best operators of like that time, right?
Yes.
His freaking uncle is the guy he's been freaking fighting against the whole time.
Right.
Yep.
His grandpa, literally evil incarnate.
But Ernest, you're asking a question that could be applied to like a bunch of shows.
Yeah.
Why is Naruto's
Absolutely.
dad the fourth
It
Hokage?
just-
Why
it
is
just-
Naruto the reincarnation of a blah blah blah? Why is his mother the Uzumaki with the Uzumaki bloodline? Like Sasuke
Yeah,
and
okay,
his whole
yes,
bloodline. Like,
you're
man.
right. You're right. But at the same time, though, Eli, the reason why I'm mentioning this is because this all happened in like one freaking special. Like, sure,
It was a movie.
I'm not saying
Well,
that,
it was a movie, and it was the last. It was the last of the show.
You know, it wasn't even supposed to be the last of the show. There's supposed to be another show after that, but then like they canceled that shit.
Yeah. But like, point being though, is that like freaking all of those connections, and I'm like, of course, I'm not saying like that's bad pacing, because like,
This man Ernest is chopping wood.
What?
I said you're chopping wood in the back.
What the hell are you doing?
That's the fireworks in the background. There's somebody doing fireworks close to our neighborhood area.
Yeah, but Ernest, I think you're worried about the wrong things here.
No, I'm not worried about the wrong thing. I'm just like
he's inquisitive. He's inquisitive about it.
yeah.
More so.
Like I'm just like dang, like all of that in that one special. Like his
Well,
freaking, like I said,
Uncle's the villain, Grandpa's the big villain. I mean, you gotta go out with a bang.
Also, you know about the pacing. I think it was paced pretty well for the length of the
I
movie.
didn't say it was bad. I was.
Yeah, he was just saying like, how did it come out that he has the elite family?
Oh, that's the issue here.
It's not an issue. He was just. It's not an
I was
issue.
interrupted
He's
with the
just saying
fireworks.
it is what it is.
Yeah, like, and freaking, I was about to compare it to like, because Naruto was a freaking case. Like, granted, it's unfair to compare it to that type of like storytelling pacing to something like Naruto. But freaking, it just how it happened. Like, damn, like all of that in one movie, huh?
I mean, like, I get why you question. I mean, I'm not question, but like, I get the inquisitive, but like it just feels like it's such a trope that the main character has everything.
Yeah. With that being said, though, you know who got me tight in that show?
Who?
The fourth grade president. That guy got tight.
Oh my gosh, bro! Oh my gosh!
Nah, when this man was talking about curfew, he was like, "What? Wait, what?" He was evil the whole time.
No! Oh my gosh! Oh! You know who's on my stuff list? The chick with the orange hair. I forgot her name. But she would always come around and talk about regulations. Yes, she always come around and talk about regulations and whatnot when people were trying to do their work. Bro, like, you're annoying. She was mad annoying. They even had to pull her away while they were doing work.
Now, I don't know why I think about this one from the get-go. And it's not from Candy, but someone who immediately needs to get out of my face. If she was here in real life, Sarah from freaking Gumball.
Oh,
she got to go.
My gosh. Oh,
now, yes, I understand.
Oh my gosh.
You say you understand, but the fact that you even questioned it off rip.
The fact that you're about to explain, or even try to.
No.
Go
I
ahead.
understand, but besides the stalking, she's not even that bad.
Okay, she's a nice person. However, Ernest, she was there the entire time, Ernest. The entire time.
Ernest, I don't want to hear this from you, because so help me, if you would have found out that somebody was stalking you the entire time, you'd flip a lid.
You would have bust out the restraining order faster than the existing sentence.
I'm just saying, like, dealing with it on a regular would have been okay. Just knowing that she was a stalker, though, would have been the line.
Doing it on the regular still would have been debatable, bro. She would be interjecting herself and stuff.
Ernest, with only person here who's the closest person who could relate to having a stalker, you think.
Why are you far away?
Why are you like across the room?
There we go. Ernest, you of all people, you would think like you of all people could relate to this because you're the closest person here who has a stalker.
What are you talking about?
2 times.
Oh. And even so, Ernest, past that, right? How many times do you threaten Nelly, right, for making some quote-unquote fan fictions about some of us, right? If somebody like Sarah was making fan fiction, fan fiction about you, and one of us, Ernest, I'm willing to bet you would not be happy unless you would be. But we gotta talk then, Ernest.
No, I wouldn't. It's not. And I'm not saying this to like justify Curry, but you see, like
I'm just thinking
my old
about it
roommate,
now.
my old roommate, like the people, like the friends that he has. Oh, okay. No. The friends that he has are all about fanboys, and I'm like, yo, because every time, every other time,
Wait. Did you say fan or fem?
He said fem.
fem.
Really?
Yes, and literally every other time I'm in the freaking Discord, I see freaking Genshin Impact and other things and drawings. I'm like, oh my fucking god, I don't want to see this. So
I'm not gonna lie.
To a certain degree, Kerry, I don't approve. However, I'm doing my best to just ignore. You know what I'm saying?
But Ernest, that's not about you. That's not.
No, don't put words in my mouth. I don't subscribe to
Ernest, that's not even a fair comparison because those aren't about you. He specifically said if she was making fanfic about you and one of your friends.
I understand that that's like the different scale. However, I'm just saying, you know.
Yeah, go ahead. Get your lies together. Get your BS together. Go ahead.
Lie.
Get your BS together. Go ahead. This BS is what it is.
Like, I would. Whatever. Keep going.
What I will say is probably I would put her above Sarah. Would be Terry. I hate her.
It's crazy.
I hate her. She's annoying.
The only time I would have punched Carrie was when
not Carrie. Wait, who's the paper chick? Is it not Terry?
Terry.
Yeah, Terry. I said Terry, not Carrie.
Yeah, Carrie said Carrie.
I said Terry though. Yeah, with a T. Yeah, I hated Terry. I would have fought her.
And there you have it, folks.
Mystical Typhoon, I called it.
Well, yeah, got fun out there and just
chopping vegetables. No, it's vegetables. It gotta be vegetables.
Now I'm just cutting my hedges.
Your what?
Your what?
Hedges.
I thought he said headset.
But how are the raccoons gonna come in to get the chips?
I thought he said headset. I was like, what?
Well, Terry, you're not supposed to. I don't have anything.
I was about to say,
RJ just wanted some chips.
Okay, you can go somewhere else in the suburbs.
Oh wait, real quick. I want to hear your answers for this, because it's a good show with it's not a good show. It's a show with a good amount of hateful and snuffable worthy people on it. Fairly Odd Parents.
Well, there's Trixie. There's the new chick that they freaking put up with Timmy.
Oh my gosh, bro.
There's freaking anti Wanda.
Anti Wanda.
Had Pixie.
I'm snuffing both of Timmy's parents.
Timmy, no. Timmy's mom is fine. Timmy's dad.
His dad.
His dad is worse, yes, but freaking his mom definitely got his snuff.
Vicky.
She had moments, but I don't think it was that often.
Oh, but he can't snuff one parent and not the other.
His mom wasn't as bad.
Yeah, I definitely said that his dad was worse.
Yeah, you did.
Freaking,
The only time I really want to snuff Timmy was just the crossover.
Yeah. I want to snuff Timmy then too.
Freaking G, get the freaking work.
Yo, Juan Decimo, I wanted to fight him so bad.
That's his name.
Nah, he was out here trying to be a homewrecker, bro. He need to catch his hands.
Terry, imagine that was you. You wouldn't want to.
Imagine what? Ernest already stole his girl.
Yeah.
Okay.
True. This is facts.
And then Y'all just keep putting up the slander on the stream. Like, I don't understand.
Bring it up. We're just spitting facts on the stream. We're not gonna lie to the audience.
It did not happen though.
It did.
No.
Why you sit here act like you didn't steal a man's girl, Ernest?
Why you say act like it did happen?
Cause it did happen. We all know it happened. Ernest, you're like the only person here denying it. It happened.
Because y'all are conforming against me.
Nobody's conforming against you. Just because you don't want to admit to how the story went down doesn't deny that it went down.
Ernest, you're the culprit. Of course you're gonna deny that it ever happened.
My guy.
I can admit to certain things, but what you're telling me right now is a straight lie. I didn't steal anybody.
Yeah.
You just gonna sit here and deny that you stole Kyrie's girl.
Where's my satisfaction if I did this, huh? Because I didn't do it.
Because you felt guilty afterwards, Ernest.
No. I didn't do
Ernest.
anything to feel guilty about, except for this.
Wow. You heard
Ernest.
him. You say he had nothing to feel guilty about. That's crazy.
That's big cap.
No, y'all really making me freaking like act out. Y'all making me act
We're not making you do nothing. You just sitting here talking about you didn't steal a man's girl. You stole a man's girl.
There's a sharp object in your hands right now. Just calm down.
No. No.
You won't cut something now.
I am cutting something. Cutting freaking.
You're cutting Kyrie's love life. That's what you did.
I didn't do anything to this man's love life after high school.
But oh, it happened during high school.
After high school, but it happened during high school. Exactly. That's what we talking about. You stole his girl during high school.
No. But you see, though, I didn't steal anybody in high school.
Ernest, come on, bro.
Sam, what did you do?
Come on, bro.
Now, I do admit, freaking, I could have done more. And I'm sorry for that. I apologize for that. But I understand that freaking, you're gonna hold that over me for the rest of my life. I get that. However, don't sprout lies and say that I stole somebody.
Nobody's telling lies. We just saying what happened.
You are the liar right now.
Ain't nobody lying.
Ernest, is there anybody out on the street right now?
You.
Do you see anybody out on the street right now?
No.
Okay. Cause I was wondering if they're looking at you crazy.
How many hits have you done?
Yo, making me feel.
Cause if I was your neighbor, I'd call the police.
Oh. Of course.
Well, you should have called the police when he stole your girl. But that's besides the point.
Didn't do anything of the sort.
Okay.
You have no proof I did it.
Ernest, why you gotta be a cap god on stream?
Ernest, we
right
went
now?
to high school together. Like, if I sat here and lied, Kyrie would have pointed it out.
No, you wouldn't.
Yes, he would.
No, you wouldn't.
Oh, yo, Kyrie, just a
Kyrie,
you know,
hold on.
I'll tell you after stream.
Right. So, Ernest, you saying that if I lied on stream, Kyrie wouldn't point me out for it? You saying Kyrie gets outmans, Ernest?
I see now you're overgeneralizing the.
I'm not overgeneralizing. That's exactly what I said. Did I not say that exactly?
No.
I said exactly.
No.
I said if I lied on stream, Kyrie could call me out for it.
And we're talking about specific situations where this man is freaking freaking plotting against me in the sense that I stole his girl. I did not steal anybody. And Okay, you said you. Ooh. Worse than you. Exactly. You better shut up. Carry.
Yo, what's
Now,
up?
people on stream, just know this man may threaten me on stream.
No, I'll wait here.
Ernest,
You see
Ernest.
this? He didn't deny it.
Ernest, like, just be the bigger man and admit that you was outmans, my guy. I don't know why you be trying to deny it. Like, we know what happened. Right?
I was the bigger man in freaking admitting that I did wrong. However, the wrong that I did do was not stealing
his girl. You stole this man's girl. Kyrie, did or did Ernest not steal your girl? Or your potential girl, sorry.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I didn't steal anybody.
Come on, Ernest.
Come on, Ernest.
Come on, you are.
Bruh. Bruh.
At the very least, Ernest, it sure did feel like it.
Oh, at the very least.
Bare minimum.
Here's a
Like,
man who can
Bare minimum is the goddamn truth. I ain't stealing.
Like, if we were to sit here and fabricate what happened, we would just say that it felt like you stole his girl. But you did.
No,
so.
you wouldn't. Because y'all love to exaggerate.
Ain't nobody exaggerating, bro. I don't even be exaggerating.
You love to minimize, Ernest.
Facts. I thought I missed that. Damn.
If only you had Toon World right now.
Oh, I haven't thought about that game in so long. Oh, you know what I want to play? I want to play Top. Yeah, Toontown actually. Yeah, it was Toontown. Cause he said Toon World, but I was thinking about Toontown. Actually, I want to play Pop Tropica actually. I know they added a bunch of new islands. I love you, Black Canary. Alright, well, with that, we are bringing the podcast, episode 1, that doesn't have a name, to an end. I don't know when we'll ever figure out the name, but at some point in time, maybe it'll happen. Doubtfully. Okay, it's not doubtfully, but, you know, maybe.
No, it'll be down the line. We'll have some sort of name.
Yeah. I don't know what in the world will ever name this podcast, bro. There's so many names that's already taken.
Deceit, how about that?
Ernest,
and we're not letting the man who stole somebody's girl pick a name for us.
Facts.
Okay, so where is he? The killer clearly is not me.
We meet clearly, Ernest.
It's not me.
Okay, Ernest.
Okay.
Okay, Ernest.
You want to cap like this, Ernest?
With that, ladies and gentlemen, I'm bringing this to an end. If you did tune in, thank you for tuning in. If you didn't tune in, I don't know what to tell you because you wasn't here. Share this. Tell your friends. Don't tell family. Don't tell family. That's just not the option you want to give. Maybe your brothers, sisters, cousins. Definitely not your parents or your grandparents, though. Thank you for joining us. Have a good night.